Okay. Um. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome one more time to the Church of Violence, the mosque, the shrine, the synagogue of violence, and it's another beautiful, beautiful Thursday evening from my side. Um. I don't even know what the temperature is saying, but it is hot for me where I am right now. Guys, you're welcome one more time. Thank you so much for always sticking with us. Thank you for always joining us on the platform. Hey, today go hot too. Today go hot as usual. It has always been hot. This week has been crazy. It's been a very crazy week filled with a whole lot of discussions, and I think in the course of the space today we'll be having a whole lot of discussions. But as you're always on the platform, I always start this space by acknowledging all our first responders, all of you that come to the space on time, all of you that first come to this space, and I always have to jam you guys up and give you guys songs to listen to because for my mind, I don't feel like you guys need to be in the groove, get into the spirit. People that come on this space early, they always say, when you come and hear the songs that these people are jamming in this space, you'll be expecting there is one party space. When you now drop the song, you now start hearing different things. I think that is part of what we do on the platform. We try to keep melembe your spirit and your soul before we jump into what we have to discuss for the day. So it's very, very important. So I say big shout out to all of you listening to us on the space. Big shout out to all of you on the Violence Radio Space Station. I'm sorry, I think I'm guilty of never giving you guys your flowers. Big shout out to all of you listening right now on YouTube, across all our streaming platforms. God bless you all for joining on this platform today. It's always, always amazing time coming out here to do this with you guys. As I always say, without us, there is no you guys. Without you guys, there is no us. It is always, 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 always important we emphasize on this stuff. Thank you guys for always sticking with us. Thank you for always joining us on the platform. It is very, 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 very important. As you always know, on this platform, we always have our disclaimers for all the new church, mosques, and shrine and synagogue members in this violence space. We have our disclaimer. So if you just came here for the first time, it is important and imperative you know and understand where you are in. You are in an atmosphere whereby if you are not strong enough, please, we always say on time, leave the space. Do not come on here and come and at the end of the space now you're not here with the one you're not here because as you're always on this platform, we always, 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 always please can you stop disturbing me with your messages, please? Let me focus on this space now. I beg. Thank you. All right, guys, as we say, please keep your messages in your pocket, please. And we have a space to run, please. I beg. I'm seeing multiple messages, different talks, please. Thank you very much. All right. As I was saying earlier on, if you're coming on your first time on the space today, it is important. It's very, very, very important that you understand how we operate on this platform. That this platform, now where then they get high BPO. So in case you don't know, it's your first time here, please be very, 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 it's imperative you understand this and know. Thank you. All right, guys, let's jump to the conversation of today. Before I start, as I always do on this platform, it's important I tell you guys the rules and regulations, the ground rules on this platform. Whenever you're coming to this church, into this mosque, into this shrine, into this synagogue, it is important you pay your tithes. We are very, very stingy. We are very, very, very peculiar of our offerings and tithes. We do not mess with it. We don't play with it. We don't play with our tithes and offering. If this is your first time coming to this church, know this that you must. It is a must. MUST, capital letter. That you must tender your tithes and offerings. And when we say tithes and offerings on this platform, it simply means when you jump into this platform, the first thing you should do, the first thing you must do is to retweet this space and share this space so that the whole world knows that the number one space on Twitter is up and running. And if you have joined this church and we have over 500 of you guys on the platform and I have less than 133 retweets, that means over 400 of you are defaulting and all 400 of you, your phones will break. Go and ask about us on this platform. When we make statements, it happens. We are not coming and say, if I say your phone will break, your phone will break. Ask. As I'm speaking right now, I'm certain that over 300 people bought new phones this week because they failed to do the necessary in the last church and mock service. Please, if you join this church and you do not do what you're told to do, your phone will break. How it will break, I don't know. How it will happen, I don't know. But I'm telling you now, not when your phone fall down and break now, you're wondering, It is because you defaulted when you came into this space. It is a must. It is a must. You come to this space, you must retweet. We're not begging anymore. You must retweet. If not, leave the space. It's not by force. Eh? Thank you. Very, very important. I have to drop this information. You must retweet this. Must, or your phone will break. Go and ask. So, if you're in the comment section and your phone has broken, please come. If you're in this service today and your phone has broken, please testify in the comment section. I want people, the unbelievers, to understand when I say this thing that it is really happening. For them that all the strong head, your custodian, you don't see say 78-year-old man, the cost person yesterday. You don't hear that. When I say you remove my cap, I curse you. It is a cost that happen. If you're in this space, you're listening to my voice, and you don't retweet this space, you don't share this space, your phone will break. Thank you very much. All right, guys, let me sell our market. It's very, very, very important. I sell this market. It is important I sell our market. I will block you if you want more tweet. Just anyone more talk, tell my DM, I will block you. I'm telling you now, I will block you, and you know yourself. Thank you. So guys, let me jump back to the conversation today. It is very important we have this conversation. Let's sell our market. Thank you guys, all of you amazing people on the platform that always have been giving I see the feedbacks. We get the feedbacks from you guys. It's amazing when we see what you guys are saying about the Parallel Facts, the media organization. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the feedbacks. Thank you. One more time, I just want to give flowers to all the amazing people contributing, from the tech team to the writers to this publicists, everybody doing the hard work behind the scenes to make sure that what we're seeing in the front end, because there's always in organizations there are two ends. There's the back end and there's the front end. What happens behind in the back end is what you see in the front end. So many times those that are working in the back end, you never get to know them, you never get to see them, but they are the reason why you see what's happening in the front end. So it's very important that they always get their flowers. It's very important we always appreciate them for the great work they are doing. It's very, very important. And I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing and pushing. Hopefully Nigerians understand the sacrifices you guys are making one day, and your labor will not be in vain. Thank you guys. One more time, I want to say this for those that are in the all those that join us for the first time. We are always streaming our spaces across so many. We try to make sure that we get these conversations as far and wide. That's why when I come up on this platform, I might make a submission of 30 minutes, and the first 15 minutes I am just drumming on the work we do, because the work we do is as important as the message you receive. The work we do here is as important as anything you're going to hear on the platform today. It is very, very important we say this stuff. So much takeaways from this space. Every time we come here, we have ample conversations, we have discussions, we have back and forth, we have arguments, you get to listen to different sides of the divide. Even on the same side of us, you get to listen to variant views. And I always say the only thing that always pinches me when I sleep, before I sleep, is how can we get these voices far and wide? How can we get people to come and discuss? How can we get people to join these conversations? How can we do that? I am always brainstorming, thinking in my brain, like, how do 200 million Nigerians get to hear this stuff? How? I just keep asking every time. And we are on our own as people. We can only do the least we can do. We can only try as much as possible. We can only push as much as possible. It is not imperative for everyone on the platform to do your own part. Because when we do our own part, it's important that you just don't come on this platform, get the information we give on this platform, and keep it to yourself. It is important that you should also share this information far and wide. You should also let people understand what we are doing here. There are so many means you can do this. You can simply, if you have people that are not on Twitter that want to join this conversation, let me post it on the Jumbotron. Because people ask me this all the time. When you talk about the radio station, where is it? I'm going to post it right now on the Jumbotron so that you guys can see. We have an online radio station that is, as we are speaking right now, we are live. Yeah, we are live on all. There are plenty of people that join. We have, at the last count, we had over 46 different countries. People streaming from 46 different countries. So if you don't understand how, for those that come up here to speak, people are listening to you from around the world. So most times you might think you're just talking to 1,000 people, and when you scroll down, you now see people that are connecting to the web are in thousands also. The people that are now on our radio stations in their thousands also. People that are on the YouTube stations in their, so you see the numbers, people are streaming this platform. So it is important we keep doing this and we can do more. Please, guys, I'm just giving, I'm saying this so that for those, you can be inspired also to make sure this conversation can go far. You can be in your area, and at every violence place, your own job is to get your boombox and put it and plug it there for the guys. Probably you're chilling in the joint, drinking or chilling, eating catfish, pepper soup, doing one or two things with your friends, and you understand how important these conversations are. You put out your speakers here, and you are already a source of information to your friends or your circle of influence. It is important we allow these our conversations go far and wide, because what we discuss on this platform is very, very important. All right, guys, I've posted on the Jumbotron. You can see my first tweet there. Join this conversation on VS Radio. You can retweet it. You can copy the URL, post it on your comment, post it on your Twitter feed, post it on your WhatsApp stories, your Instagram stories, your Facebook, all your social media accounts. Let people join these conversations, because what we are doing here today is important. Every Nigeria across all demography, every age grade can always join these conversations. I am so elated when I see all sort of people. We have all age grade here. My friend, I gave this story the last time, how his mom is the one that she's in Lagos, is in the USA. She's the one that always calls him up. Violence Space has started, and he always, she invites him here, a young guy. So you see that we have varieties of people here, intellectuals, always coming to this platform, and it is so important. Many of you do not come out here to speak, but we acknowledge every one of you and your contributions to nation building. Thank you so much, and God bless you guys. As I said, I think I have a testimony on the comment section. When I say your phone will break, who thinks I say I'm just talking? Somebody have testified in the comment section. Let me read this testimony before I join into the conversation, because when we say this in Irati, say, hey, my mouth is powerful, oh, my mouth is powerful. He say, Lannister, Ragnarok Lannister says, I will never forget last week. Saddam curses are potent. Oh, I did not retweet the space. Omo, Kai, oh God. In fact, now Ragnar Lannister, what you going to to you today? It go be times two. He said my Nokia 3310 burn my ear. Now bag of pure water quench the fire. You dey craze. You dey craze, my brother. You got me there. But please, guys, retweet the space, share the space, let people get into the conversations. I see over 700 of us on the platform, so I think we should be doing good retweets today. Please retweet the space, share the space, let people join us on the conversation. Today goes sweet, oh. Today goes sweet very, very well. You know, we always keep our food to cook, and we cook well, and we make sure that it is well served for our listening pleasure of our listeners. All right, let's jump into the conversation today. Before I jump into the conversation today, please, guys, there's an article up there on the Jumbotron also. Please, and please. This one I will beg you guys, because I know, we are guilty. I was once like that. Big story, exclusive, the many crimes of the Bola Tinubu family. I indulge every one of us on this platform now. Every one of you on the platform, please go and read that story. I am begging you, I am pleading with you guys. That story, please go and read, so that if there's anything that is making you don't understand why we are fighting, you don't understand why we should fight, you don't understand why we should up the ante to make sure we save our country, I plead with you guys, go and read that story, and you understand what is standing before us. It is very, 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 very important. I plead with you guys, and I ask every one of you to please go and read that story. It was written by amazing journalists on the Parallel Facts. One more time, thank you to over 9K of you that are subscribed to Parallel Facts on Twitter. Thank you so much, every one of you that once you see our stories, you're retweeting, you're liking, even if you don't even read the stories. Thank you to each and every one of you. It is important that you guys keep helping this baby grow up to be a matured, full adult. Please do not stop. Please turn on your notifications. Keep growing this product. It belongs to every one of us. We are all stakeholders. We are all involved in the growth of this project, because it is important. If we do not tell our stories, they will tell our stories for us. And those that will tell you our story, you will not like how they will tell your story. Fortunately for us, we have a voice now to speak. I was so happy yesterday when I saw Arise TV winning tele- television of the year. If you know, one TV like that, in the bottom feed of their station, they always write 77.7 million times TV station of the year. Every year they are winning TV station of the year. So they sat down and they now turn to a propaganda wing of the establishment, always dishing out nonsense, always dishing out fake stories. In fact, they're the reason why Ishawuru is popular today. They're the reason why Ishawuru is being discussed today, because they gave Ishawuru prime time on TV. On TV, on prime time, that they will not give any serious conversation in this country. We have serious issues burning around this country that should be discussed by this media organization. They are not discussing it. As we are speaking right now, Buhari and his gang of thieves are doing a final cleansing of the account. As we are speaking right now, the federation account is being, they carry the hypo they use to enter CBN. They are cleaning everything. You will not see Channels TV do that. You will not see them actually call in one of the ministers prime time and interrogate them. You will not see them call in of it. You will not see them report this news. But they will call in Ishawuru and give him that prime time to talk about nonsense, about a party that you say came third, about a party that you say is irrelevant, about a party that you say are nothing. You give them this prime time. So it is important. We say this all the time. Why it is important, why we as a people begin to understand that we need to start telling our stories. And please, as we say on this platform, do not wait for parallel facts. Also on your own. If you can blog. If you can open a mini micro media station, open, please. Whatever you can do, it is important we start building our own channels, our own Arise, our own, the people's own. It is very, very, very important. And when you see people doing stuff like that, please support them. Support them. If you can't do the work, support those doing the work. The support is one of those things that help grow businesses. I saw when everybody, Nigerians, and I said something, Nigerians, we are very, very good at celebrating good news. We love good news. But another thing about Nigerians that we are not good at. Very few people that are willing to support startups. Very few people are willing to support startups. You see somebody starting up and you see people, nobody, I beg, you no concern me. That I don't care. Then when that startup gets to a point whereby it is the eyes of everybody wants to jump into the train and yeah. You see where Hilda, our sister Hilda now, she's a star. And everybody's jumping on Hilda today. Hilda Bassi here, Hilda Bassi there. And I saw a tweet that I know, man, it flew under the radar. And Ketenshaw retweeted that tweet and said, many of you shouting Hilda. Your friends have store. Some of my friends, they cook past Hilda self. Some of them, they do roadside cooking. You don't support them. You don't do anything to support these people. But you see Hilda, everybody jumping on the bandwagon going, Hilda, yeah, Guinness Book. That is the mentality. Please, we can imbibe that mentality of supporting small businesses. We will grow together. As a people, because I say this all the time. We don't have anything in Nigeria. We don't have government. Nobody cares for you. It is you that care for us. We care for ourselves. We should form that community of liking and loving and protecting and supporting ourselves. Wherever field you find yourself, support people doing things in those fields. Grow together as a people, as a community. Our ecosystem is very important. We build this ecosystem. Very, very, very important. All right, guys, thank you very much. I just had to say many of this stuff and jump back to our topic of the day, which is the PEPT Tribunal recap. We'll be recapping on the tribunal, yes, that happened on Tuesday. And we will be talking about the tribunal coming up tomorrow because it is very, very important. So many things are cooking behind the scene. And we'll be discussing about that. Also, we'll be talking about the MidBelt killings and a topic that is dear to my heart, the impersonation of our principal, Peter Obi. So as we also on the platform, if you must not speak on the 3 topics, you can come up here and you can speak on the 3 topics. All these 3 topics are very, very important topics. But you can choose to speak on one and do justice to that one than speak on the tree and do not do justice to the three of them. So I think I'm saying this for our speakers are requesting the mic. We see all your requests. We'll be opening up the platform very soon, but it's important we laid out these ground rules for everybody coming up on the platform. All right, thank you to my brothers. I see you, Otumba and N6. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming here as usual. Coming to the church, to the mosque, to the shrine of the Vawulence place. Always a pleasure having you guys. Hopefully, Ishauru Jr. Ishauri Jimmy will join us very, very soon. I think Jimmy is in the shrine. He's in the shrine fighting a spiritual battle with our senior Ishauru. He's doing something behind the scene. Hopefully, he's going to join us soon. All right, guys. I just want to say this as we jump into this stuff. I saw what happened. I saw what happened in the tribunal on Tuesday, and I was just all laughing, and I was like, in the course of this thing, I'm not playing holy, but in the course of this whole this campaign season, God knows I have never tweeted about that shower man till yesterday. I don't even tweet about it because I understand the power of giving on the audience to nonsense. And that is why people were wondering why is his name. I will never, ever advise or have a space or host a space and we will now come out and say our topic will be Lamidi Apapa. So worry. People that are inconsequential, Reno. We can come out and we discuss them. We drag them where we're, but let them be on our topic. No. Because when you give air to nonsense, nonsense begins to make sense. The moment you begin to feed nonsense, as in something that is of no use, of no importance, that moment you begin to make that thing important. And that is why I have a very strong grudge with Channels TV, because they began to give life to a dead something. Something that has no life, something that I don't understand. I don't understand where it's coming from. Who the fuck is Lamidi Apapa? Who the fuck is that man? Prior to after the election, I've never heard that man's name before. Let me use Kenneth Okonkwo's this thing. Lamidi Pampas. Pampas. Who the fuck is Pampas? We just made a man, and our usual attitude as obedience, we just jump on it, catch cruise with it, and somebody have been hustling. Do you know what it means to hustle? Do you know what it means to be famous? Do you guys understand? Fame alone is a drug. It's an addiction. This man has been hustling all his life, and he was never famous till he got to 78. His name is now on the lips of so many people. You think that kind of fame? Baba go milk him. Baba will be famous. He say, this one say, today they call on different regions, they call him our purpose. Our purpose. Do you want to come to our prime time TV? Our purpose, whenever entered, our papa will say, if he want transport from one place to another place, either he disappear or he follow night bus. He never see flight in his life. He only in an aeroplane. Now broom he dey use fly. He never enter white man flight before. He dey look white man flight and say, in his life at 78, now he begin to enter flight. You think that man will see such a fame and we're feeding him? He will not. I swear to God, tomorrow he's gonna feel that he's gonna flood that court tomorrow. He's going to choke that court tomorrow. So I'm just saying this so you guys understand. You have made an inconsequential man famous. Congratulations to you, Pampas. You are now a star boy, star man, star papa, star papa. Take your fame, sir. Take your 3 minutes of fame, and hopefully, when we get serious, you disappear into the thin air where you came from. You are inconsequential. I'm seeing news that Abure has, I know everywhere is reporting right now. Abure has resumed as LP chairman. All the articles are reporting it. Abure has been reinstalled. I never even knew he was not installed as first safe. I never even knew that one. So for me, Abure has been the chairman since day one. I don't even know any other person. Now only Abure I did see since day one. These APC touts that just came in as an interloper, I have never given him time. I don't see him. I don't acknowledge him. It's just that Obedient had to go and remove his cap. Obedient had to remove his cap on Tuesday. And the images and the pictures were so funny. And our on-ground correspondent, Remember Best, was there, and he granted him a VIP interview. And I was like, what the fuck is this? You made this old papa. The man now, if you see camera now, you just pose. If you just carry camera and go for your front, you just pose. You don't say, I'm on this star boy, hey, God have mercy. Please, oh, please, when I leave that old man, I beg you, his fame should end this week, please. And to get more serious, I'm saying this right now, guys in Abuja, I beg and I plead with all of you. I am so livid. I just wish I was in Abuja. I swear to God, man, waiting go happen tomorrow. Waiting go happen tomorrow. You know, they're not go talk am for space. They're not go talk am for space. And I'm saying this for all those freaking useless APC touts. You guys, I saw a tweet, somebody made a tweet and sent to me and say, APC no reach 20,000 for the whole Abuja. Oh. Don't get it twisted. You don't have numbers, and if like import the whole Lagos across, Abuja no be Lagos. So Abuja is not Lagos. Because I'm seeing that tout, that imbecile that is celebrating 2003 Camry in 2023. The gift they gave you for bigotry, for thuggism, for being a tout, for being a useless vuvuzela as an APC stooge is a 2003 Camry. That's the gift they gave you. And they put you in flight. You have entered flight. Then you're going to Abuja. I just pray there are two people that have my heart in that Abuja. I just pray two people. The spirit of Saddam fall on top two people tomorrow. Kudus. I've been a quadrupus. I've been whatever they freaking call your name. I just pray you encounter my kind of person tomorrow. I just pray. You now understand Abuja no be Lagos. Because you guys foolishly think that people are we are so gentle. I think we're on this place where Abokina Giri came here and told the story of what Buhari's did in 2011. What the Buhari's did in 2011, he was one of them. What they did in 2011 when they believed their mandate was stolen. They believed. They didn't have evidence. We have evidence. We have every in fact, it is now worldwide news that Bola Ahmed Tinubu stole Peter Obi's mandate using a case study of Rivers State. It is a worldwide news. We have evidence across the country. And we are playing calm, keeping calm. And all we are Obedience even did that day was, ooh, ole. And you say your thugs want to come into the appeal court. I've been at Supreme Court. I've been at Federal High Court tomorrow. No wahala. All I'm telling Obedience is tomorrow, 4 a.m. Make una wake up. If you're in Abuja, Niger, Nasarawa, don't sleep. Freaking wake up and crowd that place tomorrow. If any of those bastards come out there drinking, fucking make sure that person go back home and remember he will let that person live tomorrow and go back and say, now so I could die. Let that person make him feel with a hand tomorrow. Make her touch person tomorrow, please. Let them understand that the monopoly of nonsense is not restricted to one side. Probably because they think in Lagos they killed people, they brutalized people, they macheted people, they shot at people during the elections, and they now feel like they can take that and useless nuisance thuggism across Nigeria. Let them know that Abuja is a different place. Please, if you're in Abuja tomorrow, come out in your numbers. How many of them do they want to fly from Lagos? How many of their talks can they fly from Lagos? Let us see them tomorrow. Obedient to your numbers, come out tomorrow, please. And be ready for whatever. If they want peace, give them peace. If they want scatters, give it to them in 100-fold running over. So that people like Kudus if he escapes, If he escapes tomorrow, maybe say, na testimony he's going to give. He won't carry talk reason from Lagos, come Abuja. Show him say Abuja no be Lagos tomorrow, please. And I'm saying this because I need all our people on ground, all our support group listening to us. If the DSS, SSS, FBI, police, everything are on this platform, you don't do your work tomorrow, obedience will stand up and defend themselves tomorrow. Everybody has the right to self-defense. That nonsense happening in Lagos will never happen anymore. Whereby lawful citizens will stand up and allow miscreants, allow good to do nothing people injure, kill, and maim them. No. There will be a pushback tomorrow, a pushback that they have never seen ever in their lives. And if they think we are playing, come out, Kudus, your number tomorrow. Come out your number tomorrow. You will find out. Fuck around and find out. All right, let me just skip up because me, I don't want to bring these people relevance, but we have to make this thing clear. Let everybody understand. Come out tomorrow, obedient to your numbers. In your numbers, please. In your numbers. Please. Come out your numbers. They don't have the numbers that we have in Abuja. It is not possible. Come out your numbers. If 10% of us come out in Abuja tomorrow, 10%, what's 10%? If 5% of obedience come out in our numbers tomorrow in Abuja, they don't reach us. Please come out your numbers tomorrow and stand your ground and make sure justice is heard tomorrow and justice is delivered tomorrow. And we're saying this right now because for the judiciary to understand where this country is going to. When we say all eyes on the judiciary, it's important to understand that we are watching you guys. And you understand the kind of people that if you make a mistake by not doing the right thing, by granting justice to the Nigerian people, you are about to get into full-blown fascism. And that's why I beg every one of you on the platform here, please go and read about the Bola Ahmed Tinubu crime family. The article is up there on the Jumbotron. Go and read about, you now understand, when you read it, you now understand where we are coming from and why many of us are screaming from the top of our lungs, shouting, no, this family should not come anywhere near Aso Rock. It is very, very important. And big shout out to all the people that came out today in the courts. I was expecting probably the thugs would have come out today and said, no. Abuja residents that came out today and said the court heard their case. I think that it has also been adjourned to next week or so. It is important Abuja people are also speaking out, saying you cannot come and become a president of our country, of Nigeria, become the de facto governor of Abuja without winning Abuja. It's not possible. You cannot become the de facto governor of a state without winning the state. It's not possible. Abuja, if you say Abuja is a state, if you say it's a state, it has no special status. That means whoever wins the presidency is the de facto governor of Abuja, and that means you have to win the state or get at least 25%. And this criminal did not get 25%, and that's why we are standing on it and saying swearing in Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a break. You have totally destroyed the constitution of Nigeria. And it's important we are saying that tomorrow we should begin to get serious with this case. We are not this adjournment. Please sit down in court. If it's 10 hours, sit down for 10 hours tomorrow and trash this case tomorrow. Please, judiciary, get your acts together. This case should stop being adjourned. Let's start listening to these issues. It is important. Thank you. All right, guys, let me jump into the most important part of this space is what is happening in the Middle Belt. There's a genocide going on in the Middle Belt, and very few of us are speaking. And my brother Essie said something on the platform. He said that we'll get to a point where we'll have sympathy fatigue. And when he said that stuff that time, I felt like, it was hard. It was, like I chatted with him and he was like, sit down. But that's the truth. And honestly speaking, I think we are getting there. We are getting there, truly. We are losing people. Do you not understand what it means by a village? I want everybody in this platform now to imagine something. Please, just follow me. Follow me to your village. Your village. Because we all come from a village. We all have, at the end of the, apart from Bola Tinubu that does not know his village, we all have a village that we came from. Every one of us. Imagine you waking up tomorrow morning. God forbid it, reject it, say this, say that. But imagine you waking up tomorrow morning to a phone call that your entire village were wiped out. Imagine it that images, pictures start coming out, your grandmom, your uncle, your relatives, your auntie, your distant cousin, your nephew, your this, your that that stay back in the village and they are predominant farmers are all dead. Hard to imagine, Abi. Yes, even it is hard to imagine. But this is the reality of some of our fellow brothers and sisters in the same country. This is what we are seeing right now in Nigeria. People are dying in their numbers, and it's just mere numbers. A sect are going around the country killing people, wiping out villages because they don't have arms to arm and protect themselves or defend themselves. You don't even just kill the men, you kill the women, and you kill the children. So I want to say this for Nigerians to understand where we are going to. And I'm saying this because when we come back, it still comes back to the politics that we're playing right now. And how polarized and how divided Nigeria is right now. And at the helms of affairs are two different people with two different religions. If a pastor is the vice president of Nigeria and Christian minorities in the middle belt are being killed in numbers that to the point that villages are being exterminated and nothing is being done. Imagine where a Boko Haram and a Boko Haram Islamist, a Boko Haram fundamentalist, and a drug baron, both of the same faith, are your president and vice president. Anybody that is thinking that a presidency of APC with Tinubu and Shetima there is a miracle somewhere, you are a fool. It is the end of this country. I am saying it now on a recorded space so that you understand it. When it happens, don't say that I'm not a prophet. We can see. Any eye that can see should understand it. Nigeria is heading to hell. You have two people that represent the very worst of us now flying one same fake ticket. Do you understand the power it gives to these people on ground? And I'm not even trying to attach them right now to the people that are perpetrating this act. Let's even absorb the fact that Tinubu or Shetima don't even know, or let's even absorb the fact that the two of them that they are clean. The people perpetrating this act on the ground right now, they are from a particular sect. Let us tell ourselves the truth. The problem is that we do not tell ourselves the truth. You automatically embolden people. If under Buhari, we have always had headers farmers crashes in Nigeria. I grew up in the north. I grew up in the middle belt. I grew up in Plateau State. I spent all my youth life in Plateau. So I understand many of this thing happening. But one thing I can tell you that the Fulani extreme part, and when I say Fulani, please, the Fulani herdsmen, we have good Fulani people. Not everybody. The headsmen taking our during this crisis now, they do not represent the whole Fulani tribe, but there are a sect of people that have taken into terrorism that they are the fourth, not me saying it right now, they're the fourth worst terrorist group in the world as we speak right now. Those people got emboldened when Buhari became president. There's a reason why when a set of people get into presidency, a particular people get emboldened. It is because either by bias or because they know that there will be an inaction to their activities. You can see how much Buhari fought with Ruga, with water bill. Look at all the bills Buhari tried in 8 years to implement. This is the reality on ground. So when you're trying to implement bills to favor one sector of people that have been having problems with the other sector for a very long time, those people that you're planning that bills for get emboldened. They will not want to crown it up with a Muslim ticket. All I'm just going to say is that, as Essie will say, you cannot cry more than they believed. I see, and I'm not going to, I see the tears from our brothers in the middle belt, and I just want to add to their tears and say, please, whatever means you can to help amplify their story, please do not stay silent. Speak out for these people. Because where your silence today, it might come to your doorstep tomorrow. It started from the northeast. It has gone into the middle belt. From the middle belt now, it don't come south. It's already happening in this part of south. Or massacre and the rest. It's not in the south. Enugu, in Enugu, they are fighting herdsmen also. Villages are also, people in villages are also being killed. It's already in the south. The only problem is it is not yet loud like it's happening in the middle belt. But you can see that there's a trajectory. And if you think this ticket of criminals coming that they want to bring into will come and stop this thing, I'm the one that built Ikoyi Bridge and I want to sell it. Please enter my DM if you want it. If you want to buy, please come to my DM and I will sell it for you. And I just want to say before that we go on, I think, somebody just reached out to me and said, I think we should give a minute silence for the people who have lost in the middle belt. We should start appreciating lives in Nigeria. The lives in Nigeria is just like, because we're not even reach anything. How many are we? How many are we in this country? I don't even believe up to 200 million. I don't even believe that. But people are dying every day, and it's just numbers. People have died in Nigeria more than people have died in Ukraine and Russian war. It should be scary. Sudan. Then more Nigerians have been killed by herdsmen than people are dying in Sudan. But Nigerians, we were here on space having Sudan. Remember, but we have more people dying in our country than people dying in Sudan that are fighting war. If you don't understand how bad our problem is. Guys, I think I've talked too much, but let me just, before I yield the mic, I think let me just, I'll give my submission on PO's impersonation probably much later in the space. I would like to just, guys, in a minute time, please let's just pay a minute silence for people that have lost the middle belt. For the past couple of days, it has been horrific. Reporting this news, reporting these stories, getting first-hand information from not just Plateau State. Plateau State is the state I hold dear. Mangu local government. I'm just imagining. We had a farm, a family farm around that side. We used to cultivate soya beans back in the days. They're very very big farm back then. These guys are predominant farmers, wonderful people, work for you, do the hard work for you, and you see they just want to live life. They don't have problems. Very wonderful, accommodating people. And you wake up and you see a family that a man, his children, a man, his brother's wife, children, husband, everybody, they just wake up and they're all dead. It's crazy. You would impersonate Peter Obi. You see your grave. Your end will be horrible. Your end will be horrible. Guys, I've spoken for long. I think I've ranted and I'll just keep quiet for the next couple of hours. Thank you, my brother Tumba, Sizu, Jimmy. Thank you for joining me on the platform. God bless you guys. It's just important we just lay these ground rules and get back our speakers up. Thank you to over 991 of you guys on the platform. Thank you for joining us. As I always say, many of you did not join when I was giving my earlier submission. I just want to just say this one more time. Please retweet the space when you come to this church, to this mosque, to this shrine, to this synagogue of Vawulence. It is important that you pay your tithes and bring in your offerings to this our space. And all we ask for is you to retweet the space and share the space and let people know that this number one space on Twitter is up and running. And as usual, we are discussing issues of national building, important issues as usual. Thank you for always sticking with us. I will just yield the mic to Otuma, but before I do that, please indulge me, everybody on the platform. If it is love you can give, whatever emoji you can give, let us spend the next 1 minute in commiseration with our people that we have lost in the Middle Belt over the past couple of days. It is important they understand that they are loved and that Nigerians truly, truly care about them and they are not forgotten. Thank you. 1 minute silence, please. Thank you. May their souls rest in peace. Amen. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you guys. Thank you for sticking with us on the platform. Otumba, my brother. Good evening. I've been a good morning for. I've been.
It's good. It's good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. Saddam S6, Mambalanle, Jimmy. So first of all, I want to sell market before I go on I think mine will be on the middle belt focus. So please, parallel facts. We're looking for a lawyer now. We're looking for specifically a business lawyer, someone that understands corporate law. Possibly also has experience in international business law. We need advice. We need some of counsel. We don't get retained that way one pay now. So, but we'll talk about things. But please, if you have experience with international business law, please you can reach out to me. Reach out to Saddam. There's some Honorable Clarita also. There's some things we want to run by just to get a sense of a few things. Yeah, and then thank you to our volunteers, editors, writers. Please follow Parallel Facts, retweet the space. Follow our YouTube channel. But let me go. Sam, I think for me, the tribunal is going on. I think one danger there is, I think I was reading an article where it says INEC is acting as if it has its own candidate, which is INEC is basically acting like it has its own candidate. And I think something that struck me the most is the fact that INEC has provided APC with materials to defend their case, but INEC is refusing to give us our case. And to me, it just further confirms what we know is that we won the election. And because I don't see a reason why INEC will be reluctant to release materials to us. First, they tried to lie that, because we didn't pay the money. And I'm thinking, seriously, like, is it 1.5 million that will be a problem for us? Why we can't pay? So am I still audible? Yeah, I'm audible. Okay, yeah. So I'm driving. Sorry. So and then, so I think it just buttresses the fact that if you have doubts that because there's some obedience that though maybe they're just following us and thinking, oh well, we're just going to court. No, if you have doubts that we didn't win that election, INEC's action is telling you that the fact that they are refusing to turn over material to us is just telling that yes, we won that election. Because believe me, even if the numbers they have, if it showed that we didn't win, they will have freely given it out. Like, okay, yeah, take it. But to me, that just reinforces that we're on the right path. Um, there's a reason why we say our case in court is solid. It's because of that. Let's shut up. So it's solid. And one other thing. Now to the middle belt, Saddam, I believe. I want to draw a comparison here, and please follow me. I love history, and I followed, wars and crises and things like that. And I was going to give a Julius Caesar example of how, the Roman Empire typically, when they go on the expedition, so they conquer one country or one city or one, kingdom, and then what they do is they take resources from that kingdom. They, typically take the young men as prisoners, convert them to soldiers, and then move on to the next kingdom. You can fast forward to the World War II, is the same. When Hitler started to march on, he marched on the countries around Germany, then went on to France, took resources from France, went to the Netherlands, and kept moving, for his grand scheme. I think we're looking at this Middle Belt crisis in the wrong fashion, and this is why. I think we're sort of, yeah. There's been herdsmen clashes and all that in the Middle Belt, but I think, and just this me thinking aloud, that we are seeing it as a Middle Belt problem, but to me it's not. It's okay. These people have an agenda to completely take over Nigeria. They stand in the northeast right now. The Middle Belt is where they are on their journey, on their map. So I think when we talk about the story, we talk about it as if, okay, so let's say, for example, God forbid, but let's say if they finish with the Middle Belt, they will suddenly stop. I'm like, okay, well, we've won, we've gotten our aim. Now we will run the Middle Belt. Bye bye. We'll drop our AK-47s and our M16 Browning machine guns and our RPGs and go back to whatever they were doing before, rearing cattle. No. And Saddam, you brought it up when you talked about the Ruga law and the crazy laws they were trying to pass. We need to stop talking about it as if it's just a Middle Belt problem. It's a Nigerian problem. Right now, where they are right now, where they are fully are right now is the Middle Belt. And what they are doing is they go there, they kill men, women, take their crops, take their money, take whatever belongings they can take over to refuel. For every kidnapping that they do, every ransom they collect is to buy more weapons. For every village or city or whatever they conquer, is to take the spoils and use it to refill the tanks. What's it called? Refurbish or refuel the arsenal. For every news you read, every successful raid they have, it's a recruiting tool to get more people to sign up with them. Like, yo, we are running through the middle of Nigeria, the middle part of Nigeria, and we have no resistance. So yeah, you're on the sideline and you're skeptical of not joining us. Come and join us. We have power. We are winning. The Nigerian army cannot stop us. The Nigerian police is useless. No one can run through us. So to me, I think if we start, because the last thing we want to do, the reason why we can't have that sympathy fatigue is because, or why we think there will be sympathy fatigue, because we are seeing it as a Middle Belt problem. It's not a Middle Belt problem. They are just currently right now residing in the Middle Belt. Once they are done, and there's a report, I think there's a ICR report that talks about there's a map of the spread of ISIS Nigeria and all those terroristic group and how they've been moving down to Kwara, to Ondo. We need to stop seeing it as a Middle Belt problem because today it's Middle Belt. Once, if they get their way and have their way to the Middle Belt, it's going to go to Kwara and it's going to come down. It's going to come down to the south, like you said it already. We're already seeing cases in places like Enugu. We're seeing cases in places like, some parts. I think Imo also. I think we've seen cases in Ondo. So the reason why we cannot allow sympathy fatigue creeping is it's not a Middle Belt problem. This is a Nigerian problem. These people have one agenda, and it's to occupy Nigeria. And the more we keep ignoring and looking at, let the Middle Belt pick up arms, defend yourself. At some point, if they have their way with the Middle Belt, they will have their way with the entire of Nigeria because majority of our military installation is in that Middle Belt, is in Kaduna. Majority of any defense, any military, whatever defenses, you see, they've shown us they can march into Abuja and take over a prison. They've shown us they can attack the presidential convoy. And we just looked at it like, oh, it's a Buhari. No, to me, it's more, if anybody remembers how ISIS spread in Iraq, when we had the ISIS in Iraq and Syria, this thing started in Syria. It started like play from one city. Then it moved. Then it metamorphosed into where they were controlling large swaths of land in the Middle East, where the US and the allies were like, oh, okay, wait a minute. We thought these people were just after a few... No! That's how it grows. And the more they grew in power, the more people were joining their ranks, the more weapons they got. Because, believe me, the black market weapon sellers, they're excited that ISIS is, this Boko Haram, whatever we call them, they're winning. Because it's more weapons, guy. From today, now AK-47 they shoot. Let's go to M16 Carbine. Let me upgrade you. Let's get some AR-15s in. And the US will sell guns to anybody. We don't care. So what I'm saying is, we need to stop looking at it as a middle. It's not a middleware problem. It's a Nigerian problem. Right now, on their map, on their conquest, the Middle Belt is where they're currently residing. So I think we have to sort of take a mind shift back and stop saying that, okay, because I keep asking this question. If they succeed with the Middle Belt, will they drop their tools and say, we're done? No, that was only... No, it's the entire Nigeria. So that example about the village you gave about, believe me, if these people get away with it, man, your village is next. And I mean it literally. My village is next. It might seem very, man, guy, you're an alarmist. I keep asking a question. If they decide to show their craze in Lagos today, what infrastructure does Lagos have to stop? Like, I've always asked, like, see, I'm in Texas here, and if you say, okay, someone wants to attack Houston, I'll be like, forget the US Army. There are more guns in Texas than people in the United States, number one. Number two, I know the number of military US barracks. I know the National Guard. Like, you can list things, the Air Force. I know how many Air Force bases. So I know, okay, there are things that can... I even know, Texas Police Department itself has budget more than some countries. So I know, okay, there are things where you can say, okay, these are the defenses and this is what and what. Man, the amount of armory some police departments have in the US is more than some countries' army. So I know, okay, there is a, if someone wants to invade, okay, there is still, okay, this. If they want to come, is it your policeman that Shehu is slapping? Or the soldier that has been trying to fight these people with all the billions we've spent, that can't fight people wearing bedroom slippers and carrying Okada? So, like, what is the buffer if they wake up today and say, we're going to go Iraq on you guys and Syria? Who is going to stop it? But so, at some point, and our media houses also have to recalibrate how to report on that story. It's not a middle belt problem. The Middle Belt right now is the victim, but it's not going to stop there. That shit is going to spread, and the earlier, the better we contain it, the better for us. This idiot that wants to take over power, that selected himself through INEC, I've always said it, that those guys do not care if the entire Nigeria is under state of emergency. It actually even gives them more leeway to where they don't even need to do any white elephant projects. They will just be swallowing the money. They don't care. Their goal, and they've shown it, is they will rather rule over in Nigeria in ashes than not be in power. So they don't care. So, God forbid, we're not the past government. A Boko Haram guy as your vice presidential candidate. Pantami, Minister of Information. Like, man, we're sitting on the time bomb, and I don't think we recognize it. So please, we can't allow that sympathy fatigue creaking, because it's right now, the wound is on your toe. Your hand is working fine. Don't treat that wound. Keep saying it's my toe. It will spread everywhere. And then what sympathy fatigue will you now have? So I want to submit here. I think I will talk on the PO impersonator, which is actually funny. I just found it funny to me, but I'll submit here. I'll submit to my brother N6. My brother, good evening.
Ensign said we should buy him. I will buy Ensign a few minutes. He's trying to wrap up.
Okay.
Normal and traffic stuff. Now,
like, I'm good, though. But I'm not really ready. Please just bear with me. Please, I'm here.
All right. No, Allah.
Just about 2 more minutes.
Okay, fine. I just wanted to add up to what Otuma was saying. And when you go and look at, please, Nigerians, another good thing you should do a research on the Fulanis. They are spread across Africa. They have different settlements across Africa, and so it's not like they come out and say they can hold. If you saw the video, go and watch that video. I think I'll try and find that video and put it up on the Jumbotron. The video about where Shetima was with some of them. I think when Nigeria came up on this platform and talked about it, was some of them that had guns and something. He was touching the guys. The video went viral. You all saw that video. He was touching one day and saying, K, the guy in Ani. He was speaking outside with the man. I was asking him, you which Fulani from? Which area are you from? Kedan Bororo, Kedan, they have different, the Fulanis from Guinea, Fulanis in Mali, Fulanis, they have different Fulani settlements across Africa. Some are and highly educated ones also. So it's not as if they come out and say that they are very, very educated. And many of them, the ones that are having this ideology now, the Uthman Danfodio ideology right now, is the domineering ideology of going to a country, dominating that country, seize, conquer. These are the ones that you see doing all this carnage right now. So when I'm speaking, I'm trying to make sure you guys understand the distincts. It is very, very important we understand this. These guys going around killing up and down are the ones that have that conquering mentality, that anywhere we enter, kill, conquer, and most of those villages, when they kill all those people, they know the rest run away. When they run away, they occupy those lands. And automatically, they get that land. It is not their land. That's exactly how it was operated with the Uthman Danfodio era. That is exactly what they are doing right now also. That same mentality. So when Otuma was saying, you think it is just in the MidBelt. No. It's a journey.
They've been in your presidency multiple times already.
Yes. For people that don't understand, the Fulani population in Nigeria is less than 6%.
3% actually.
Thank you. So that's why you see they have to morph it and call Fulani Hausa. There's the Hausas. The Hausas
and Saddam, there's also context with that 3%. Remember that we know that population census is always skewed. Same way with voting numbers. So even if we if we break the real numbers, my brother, it's 2%. So,
if you know
because we know how things are always skewed and how where they count, you can't trees as people. So
if you know rich, and so it's important. I want to just understand the picture right now. You're seeing, you hear Fulani Hausa. It is a total they have conquered the Hausa tribe. The Hausa tribe is one of the biggest tribes in Nigeria. There's the three major ethnic groups in Nigeria: the Hausas, the Yorubas, and the Igbos. But right now, when you go enter Google, you see they call it Fulani Hausa because the Hausa tribe have been conquered. No Hausa man has occupied any position. All your presidency, go and drag them down. All have their roots to the Fulanis. Very educated people, I say this all the time. They are the most educated, they are the most sophisticated. They know how to run their way through power. So when you see those how intelligent they are in their whole education, now understand how brutal also they are, the ones that are not educated, the ones that are following the Usman Danfodio ideology. The ones that can enter and they will kill and kill and kill. They're massacring children. You're no longer a human being where if you kill a child that is like 2 years old or a baby that does not even know what is happening. You will massacre that baby. You're not a human being anymore. So when we say these things, is for Nigerians to understand. For many of these guys, it is just politics. It's just politics. No, for some of us, it is fighting for our lives. And we are speaking out because the media will not say these things we are saying here. They will never say these things. But they will not record our space and go and play it because they know everything we're saying here is the truth. So you don't wake up in 20 years' time and you will start hearing the Fulani Yoruba tribe, the Fulani Igbo, Fulani Jukun, Fulani Thief, Fulani Birom. That's exactly the agenda of some of these people up there. So when we say these things, it's for Nigerians to understand that there's a domineering tribe that have come into our country and have been causing carnage from way back till now. And if we do not open our eyes, our generation, and speak, it is a recolonization of our own. It is a recolonization that happened to our parents. It's going to happen to us. And we'll be saying, had I known. Had I known. Now you know. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Answers when you're ready, please. You can come in. I think we'll open up the floor right now, guys. If you're up on the speaker section, you want to speak, please. You know our house rules on the platform. Your hands should be up. Let us get our speakers, and that means if your hands are not up, it means you're ready to speak. Okay, Otumba fell off. He's back up. I will go straight up to the first hand I see up. Please, and if your hands are not up, that means I'll have to drop you for that people to come up, because that means you're not ready to speak, or probably you're not close to your mic, so we can get more people up on the platform. Let me start with my mommy. Let me start with my mommy. Mommy Bolande, good evening, ma. How are you doing today?
Good evening. I'm all right. I'm tired, but I'm okay. I thought I'll speak early so that I can rest. Um, how are you, Otuba, Sizzle? How are you all? Everyone on the space. Good evening. Um, thank you all for coming up here again. I'm going to start with the middle belt killings. And the reason why I want to start there is this has been an issue that I have studied for a very long time, and I am glad that Otumba, went in the direction he went into in talking about it. Right. So it isn't, you see, before Usman Danfodio's conquest, Islam was practiced in the north. It was, but it wasn't political. It wasn't political Islam. It was very much, it was religious. It was a religion. And, the indigenous tribes that had adopted um Islam and what have you, they kind of had their traditions as well. And then came Usman Dan Fodio. Right. When he was a conquest, all conquering. We take over lands, we kill people, we take over lands, or even when they don't totally annihilate the places, they kind of take over, so the indigenous communities then become subservient to them. Right. And when his quest was to dip the Quran in Atlantic Ocean, and it was the Middle Belt that stopped. It was the communities in the Middle Belt, the tribes of the Middle Belt, that stopped it then. And so it when I see the rate at which they're being killed, I mean, it's like, I don't think I would have kind of, there's no fatigue to this, because I some of those images and I'm glad that they're sharing those images, because it needs to get out there, right? Because we know that the news, the traditional media, are so scared of the NBA. They just won't. They've been told not to, report on it. Don't add names. Don't do this. To try and not make these people humans who have lost their lives. And I know that in this past week I've cried loads, and and I hope that we do not have compassion fatigue, right? Because we need to help them amplify their stories, and we need to also understand that it does speak to a wider the wider issue, it speaks to, it is not just about their land, it is about Nigeria. At one point, I think Buhari, when he was calling all Fulanis from all over Africa, he declared open season on Nigeria. He literally declared open season. Nigeria is open for business. What he didn't succeed at doing is, all his Ruga, his water bill, and all the rest of it. Because I think very much so, indigenous tribes, even when it comes to politics, when it comes to taking your land, it becomes a different issue. And that's the only reason, right? That didn't succeed. I've seen it. I've seen it characterized as, herders, farmer clashes. Clashes will suggest, I have a machete, you have a machete. I take a stick, you take a stick. I have a dang gun, you take a dang gun. What we are seeing is people being massacred. It is genocide, pure and simple. And I've tweeted about it, and I think that we need to, to make a bigger deal about it, because a whole village, I just sat there and I could not get my head around the fact that not only did they wipe out the whole village, nobody in government, whether they are PDP or APC, said a word. They're all complicit. Military heads of service, not a word. Nobody, they cry and no one comes. And that's what makes me cry. Because, children. I mean, the man that lost his wife and 7 children, not only did they kill them, they burnt them. There's nobody's to bury. I saw the picture of that man. The man looks shell shocked. It's like you could see the sadness in his eyes, and he can't form those words. These people are wicked, right? And it is not just about the middle, but you're right. It is not. That same quest that wasn't completed before is what they want to complete. But some people, because of politics, they won't talk out. I'm part of the ruling party, so I'm going to be quiet, blah, 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 blah. After all, Oshibajo is in government. What have they said about it, Zilch? Are they telling me in the Senate there are no Christians? Are they telling me in the Senate, there are no one of conscience? Fine, they are corrupt. We know that. But human life has become, there's no value for human life in Nigeria. And Peter Obi has spoken to this, that the life of a Nigerian is not valued by the Nigerian state. Otherwise, even if it is platitudes and thoughts and wishes kind of scenario that they do every time there's a mass killing in America, at least we'll say they do something. They don't, it's as if it's not happening. It's as if those that are posting it, it's one kind of really horror film that they're just posting pictures from the scenes in it. And so we really need, they can't, these are people who have become rendered helpless. Even when they have tried to fight back. I mean, what will a dang gun, do against AK-47? And even when the young men of the communities try and, do vigilante and all the rest of it, the Nigerian army then is complicit, or where they hear intelligence and they call for help and nobody comes. And the thing is, Aisha always says it about today's victims, and it speaks to, if we are quiet, it's gonna come If somebody had told any of us that 20 years ago, that this would be what Nigeria would have become in terms of insecurity, none of us we would have said no, it can't happen. We Nigerians love life too much. But these people, these particular Fulanis are not indigenous. I mean, not like they're indigenous. I mean, I'm not saying all Fulanis are bad. Let's not get it twisted. There are those who have migrated, have settled, and have lived in peace. Right. But these ones that are coming into the country, we have very porous, we don't even have borders. Let's just accept that it is open, they walk in and walk out. No one is stopping them. No one is even trying, and unless something has to give. And this is why I saw Rhoda where she was tweeting about this is why we need um Peter Obi to get our mandate back, because can you imagine this going on and Peter Obi is is your president? He will fire all the heads of service. He will find people who have fire in their belly and who are going to put Nigeria first. This bullshit cannot keep on going on. It has been happening for decades, and it has increased to that point where they will displace communities and they will stay on that land, and there's nothing anybody's doing about it. So basically, before you know it, there's another emir. And let people know, get me wrong, I have I have no issue, against Islam. It is not what I'm talking about.
Remember,
You know,
that's why I wanted to
I
I
want
wanted
to
to
make it
chime in.
very
I
clear.
wanted to chime in when you talked about I didn't know Christians in the Senate, and and even I understand. I know we have the same mindset about this, but this is where also complacency comes in from. Christians. There are Christians that say, "Oh, we don't identify with this kind of Christianity." This is also why it's important where true believing Muslims also have to speak up and say, "We do not identify with this." And let me explain why. Because you've been a victim and you also be a victim. I go back to ISIS because this is the only thing I can compare it to. Do you know anybody remembers any of the? There was one video where there was a Iraqi army camp where ISIS marched into there and they executed 1,700 army cadets. That because those guys gave up their arms willingly. They were like, "Oh, we're not going to fight you." And ISIS marched and executed them. The videos is still stuck in my head where they led some of them to like this shallow river, and one after the other, they were putting a gun to their skull, put a pistol in their skull, and they were falling into the water. But when reports came out, you discovered that those were Shia Muslims, and ISIS was more Sunni. So where I'm going to is, if also you're a Muslim and you
This
feel
happened in
like
2015. I
yes,
remember this terrible
yes,
story.
if
Continue.
you're a Muslim and you feel like, well, I don't practice these people's faith or I don't believe in what they're doing, and you're not speaking out, you're just as complacent as the southern pastors that are not saying anything also, because excuse me, at the end of it all, you're not who they want. You're also not whatever fanaticism they have. You anti it also. They see they don't they might look at you slightly less because I remember ISIS also had slaves. The ones some of the Shia Muslims that they could not kill were used as slaves. So it's not nobody is going to be spared with this.
No,
Nobody.
and Otuba, just to buttress that, because if you think about how ISIS operated, they felt that moderate Muslims were not Muslim enough, and they killed them as well.
Yep.
Because people tend to make that argument, but it's not just Christians they're killing. Yes, they're killing liberal Muslims because they're not Muslim enough. They want them, and it's a particular sect, and it is political Islam. And people need to know that political Islam isn't just about believing in Muhammad Prophet Muhammad, it is not just about believing that he has he has a message from God, the Quran, and all the rest of it. It is not about believing what's in the Hadith. It is not for them. It is about government. It is about conquest. It's about taking over everything, and a whole lot. I mean, my dad was an Alaji. My dad's family are Muslims. My mom's family are Muslims. But as it came, I remember my granddad saying that as far as he's concerned, it is wherever, it is whichever way you want to go, because he can't say 100% if him being a Muslim is going to get him to heaven. Likewise, nobody can, so he was very liberal about it. So I know Muslim, my family. So it is not about, this isn't an attack on Islam. I know it is a particular sect that does this. It is the reason why, America will embrace Saudis and not Iran. If you know about that politics there, you understand it's about the different brands of Islam and how it is, how, how they behave. How they behave. And I'm very saddened because they are about to turn Nigeria into a killing field. And unless people start standing up and saying, look, beyond our political affiliations, we need to speak out. Unless we get to that point, then all what happened, it will go beyond then. And if people who are in Lagos who think they are safe, they will be shocked and they will be surprised when it happens. Right? So yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. This sorry, 1 second, I'm rounding up. These are Pampa man, whatever. At least we know now that the ex parte order has been vacated. So he cannot. I mean, the very thought of him thinking he was acting chairman. Who made him acting chairman? There was a restraining order. The restraining order didn't make him the acting chairman. It asked for there to be elections and what have you. And so he then decided, him and those five other people decided that they were off. They had become executives. They were now chairman. They were this, they were that, and what have you. Now that has now cleared up, if they want to turn up in Abuja, what's in the IC, they should not cry. They should not cry, because obedience have always been, we bear the brunt of violence against us. We have a right to defend ourselves. So people who are going to show up there tomorrow, if you feel like you're going to come and it's going to be like what happened in Lagos, Lagos will not be repeated. It will not happen. And that's all I have to say. Thank you. I yield the mic.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. All right, let's keep the conversation rolling. Guys, please, as we always say on the platform, please, if you're up here and you want to speak, your hand should be up. But for those that are new on the platform, I think there's someone that's from the middle belts that came up here. People have been asking me, I'm wondering, many obedience are wondering, why is it that Peter Obidien carry on for head for middle belt? People don't understand why Peter Obi's greatest supporters are from the middle belt. And why the amount of numbers he put. In fact, our first ever rally, a million-man match that happened, inorganically, nobody was in Nasarawa State.
Yep.
Nobody mobilized those people. They just hit. It is because they are feeling you saw it. You saw the protests happening in Nasarawa State. Women, bare-clad, coming out to protest. They understand what it means to lack justice. They are seeking for justice. They're seeking for a Nigeria that works for everybody, not for a selected few. And that's where we're standing on this platform also. All right, let me go to the middle belt right now. I think, guys, please, whatever I think about the topic, if you have contributions to contribute, always. I've been guilty of not reading the comment section because on the space I've been so
I was
selfish.
talking to Ajay today. I was like, the you reading the comments is one of the highlights right now. Because
I've been selfish, bro.
not even
I
that.
always after space, I will sit down and I'll just read the comment. I would there.
Yeah.
Can I give my submission now?
Yeah.
All right, let's can Ottoman, let's have Esses come back after Esses. Good evening.
Sorry, am I the only one? There seems to be a cracking noise in my feed. But anyway, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Can you hear me loud and clear, Sada?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. Auditorium of Violence. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. I confess, I enjoy listening to the violence space so much. I've not spoken in about the last one or two spaces because I must confess, I love we've evolved to a point where it goes on. So sometimes I sit back and I'm just really enjoying myself. Although I'm very busy in the back end, so much has changed in my work structure, but I'm here. I want to give a very lengthy submission. It won't be too long, but please bear with me. It will be filled with facts and figures every single step of the way. I want to first start off with the PO impersonation. You see, Peter B is lucky to be one of those people that walks around with a certain type of naivety. But power, fame, and a bit of good luck helps that naivety of his to get him across day-to-day endeavors. I don't know how, with this character, he ended up a billionaire in dollars. I don't know how. Because what happened with the son of Audu showed me something very important about Peter Obi. I don't judge him anymore. I officially understand the man. If you have a life where being upright, being honest, combating your fears and your plans for yourself headlong have worked for you, by all means, Peter Obi, walk with that. Walk with that karma. I say this because the son of Governor Audu, one of the most useless governors on record in Nigeria, a former governor. Matter of fact, once you have been governor of Kogi State, you are useless. Let's just use that as an equilibrium. This young man woke up and said that Peter Obi called him. You see, one thing about this movement, sometimes we're forgetful. Even Peter Obi seems to be forgetful. He said Peter Obi called him and spoke with him. And while Peter Obi was speaking with him, Peter Obi started speaking Igbo. Then when he told Peter Obi that I don't understand Igbo, Peter Obi cut the phone. I don't think people really, the problem with me is I read a story, I read it again, and I read it word for word and line for line. People did not read what that miscreant, that Audu's son said. Peter Obi called him, spoke with him, then started speaking Igbo to him, knowing fully well he wasn't Igbo. And then when he told Peter Obi that I'm not Igbo, Peter Obi called the phone. Peter Obi did not call his father. Peter Obi is in his 60s. Peter Obi didn't call his father. Peter Obi called
His
him.
father is dead now. His father is dead.
I'm just saying, Peter Obi didn't call the elders in his family. Peter Obi called him. Let me ask you, what business has he ever done with Peter Obi in the history of his life that Peter Obi will phone him? Is he Peter Obi's staff? Is he Peter Obi's HR? Does Peter Obi call him regularly? As an obedient, I'm interested because, did he pick his phone and it was an odd number that wasn't registered on his phone? Then he started hearing Peter Obi's voice because I can impersonate Peter Obi's voice. We've done it jokingly on this platform several times. Or does he have Peter Obi's number saved on his phone? Peter Obi. Then Peter Obi called him. Because we have to ask questions. Why am I saying this? It still no go better for anybody in the Nigerian police force. It no go better for them. It no fit ever better for anybody in the DSS. Because when you have a job to do, you see the beauty of the FBI is that the FBI does not wait till the crime has been committed. Sometimes the FBI can look at a story and go and nip it in the bud. Why am I saying this? In the Nigerian Constitution, let's just do a quick constitutional breakdown. The Nigerian Constitution, Section 484 of the Criminal Code Act in Nigeria, impersonation in general. You see this constitution that we don't want to read. This constitution that everybody goes, spend 6 years in law school and 6 years and 2 more years at this thing. But once you people leave that, we carry that book and throw away. Nigeria must run by the constitution, or else we tell ourselves we don't have a country and a democracy, and we call this thing quits and break it up. Let me go back. Section 484 of the Nigerian Constitution reads, Any person who with intent to defraud any person falsely represents himself to be some other person, living or dead, is guilty of a felony and is liable to imprisonment for 3 years. So, dear Governor Audu's son, whoever called you with that wrong number is impersonating somebody who is fully alive. It is a felony and that person is liable to imprisonment for 3 years. If the representation is that the offender is a person entitled by will or operation of law to any specific property, or he committed the offense to obtain such property or possession thereof, he's liable to imprisonment for 14 years. So if the person impersonated Peter Obi and scammed you, Governor Audu's son, into parting away with money, that is 14 years offense. But dear Governor Audu's son, let me now remind you, because you dimwits in the APC, today I woke up that Mr. Mugu Festus Keyamo is pushing that the Nigerian law should be amended for fake news when Festus Keyamo is the highest spreader of fake news in the country. So let me remind the idiot that is Governor Audu's son. Listen carefully. Section 484 of the Nigerian Constitution. Sorry, that's the one on impersonation, pardon me. Let me just scroll quickly to the I'm trying to find the Nigerian. I had it right here on my tab. These are the problems with Nigerian. The one that hurts me is the one of apparently perjury is 14 years if he did it in court, but it's 3 years. Listen, if Governor Audu's son is lying about this phone call, I forgot, I had it written on my tab, it's just not opening. He's also eligible to a 3-year jail sentence. He as well, this small thing he did. You remember the idiot that lied with Innocent and used his father's name to lie with Innocent? That matter alone is a 3-year prison sentence. We keep faffing around with the law in this country. Peter Obi, you went to the UK and it was proven to you in the UK that your passport, Nigerian passport, has been cloned. Somebody has gone through immigration with your passports. You came back to Nigeria, Peter Obi, and Governor Audu's son is proving to you that your telephone number has been cloned. I don't know how much longer you intend to walk around with this aloofness. It is rather cute. But now you are dealing with vipers, snakes, and scorpions. And whoever is on your legal team, you have to have a legal team for the Supreme Court Tribunal, but you have to have a legal team for fuckery. Because way too many people have been messing around. On common Twitter here, there's a young girl called Ore Akinde. Young girl, just if you try them. She got a court injunction. Anybody who comes on Twitter and harasses me or does fake news again, she got a court injunction. And Peter Obi, I need you to understand that at some point, you need a legal team that will really start showing these people that you are not somebody to be fucked with. You are no more Gregory Onwabusi Obi, the trader from Onitsha. You have run for government. Your life, your statement, your SIM card, your international passport is no more your property. It's the property of an INEC purported figure of more than 6 million people, at least. So it's no more just cute that somebody proves to you that your telephone call was your telephone number has been cloned. You meet him at the steps of the Supreme Court and that's it. NIN search, as corrupt as the Nigerian police is 100,000 naira to do tracking. We need those telephone numbers, Peter Obi. I don't know as you see life. Oh. If you tell me just me N6, somebody tell me the N6, your number called me, your voice spoke to me angrily, and I was in France, from France to UK, from UK to Abuja. Please, my lawyer has to take a look at that number. It's not just to just come and meet you and talk to you and then tweet. So please, that is one. That impersonation needs to be taken seriously. Because Peter Obi, I don't know if you are waiting. Online, there was a young man who actually did look like Peter Obi during one of the rallies, and he turned out to be obedient. Are you waiting, Peter Obi, till somebody that looks like you will carry bomb and kill people or shoot people? Then you come and be telling us that, hey, it's not me, I was in Toulouse or I was in Monaco. Please, I repeat, your life is no more your property. That Governor Audu's son must provide. He said that the call was yesterday. I use an iPhone. Anybody that uses a phone knows that the phone keeps numbers for at least 7 days. That number is still on Governor Audu's son's phone. He should produce the number that said is impersonating the president of Nigeria. I'm not taking this Peter Obi impersonation lightly. To me, it's more important than the killings in the Middle Belt. Because if you kill Peter Obi, I don't have anybody that I know that I can put as president that will fight the matter in the Middle Belt. It is more important to me. Why am I saying this? I put a thread about this on my Twitter page. You see, the APC is the gift that keeps giving. Any evil the APC plans for Nigerians, the APC has done that evil already on public record. Let me remind you people, dear Peter Obi, and people who work for Peter Obi that can tell him this. In January of 2020, a young man called Anthony Okoje was arrested and detained for 10 weeks by the DSS. Anthony went to MTN with his money, requested for a telephone number. MTN gave him a telephone number, which he bought legally. And this young man had that telephone number and he had the receipts for his telephone number. He was using his telephone number like any other Nigerian. There was no proof that he was engaged in fraud. There was no proof that he did anything evil with that telephone number. One day, the DSS showed up at his door and arrested him. What was the story? That telephone number apparently had belonged to one of Buhari's daughters. The young girl had left the country, abandoned the telephone number for 2 years. So the network provider reclaimed back Buhari's daughter's telephone number and assigned it to somebody else. When Buhari's daughter probably came back or whatever wanted to use her phone number, she insisted that they should go and get her phone number. The DSS traced who was using her phone number and arrested this young man. This story is everywhere on the internet. That young man, as I speak to you, spent 10 weeks in cell and came out and sued the DSS. That case is still in court till today. So, Peter Obi, let me make you understand that even Buhari's daughter, Buhari's last born daughter, know they play with her SIM card. So you should not be taking what that Audu boy said lightly. We need that telephone number. We, the Nigerian people, we, the obedient movement, that you always feel you have to explain us. We are giving you assignment, Peter Obi, today. Go to that Audu son and go and get that telephone number. Because unless you tell me that your number is in that boy's phone and your number called him as Peter Obi, I don't think you understand the gravity. Somebody spent 10 weeks in prison because of Buhari's daughter's SIM card. And you're telling me your number has been cloned and you have evidence. I don't take impersonation lightly. A few months ago, in a personal story, I don't want to reveal, I started a business with a few business partners and somebody set me up. And I did not find it funny. My soul has not moved on. People have apologized and this, yes, but my soul and spirit did not find it funny. So this impersonation thing must be fully, deeply researched. Innocent did not let it slide. And this Audu boy has a 3-year prison sentence if it is proven that nobody phoned him impersonating Peter Obi. It says so in this criminal code. Let us start working with the law in this country. Let us start helping Keyamo with this fake news. Let's start helping him. Because I tell you, if we start arresting people for fake news, we will put half of APC in prison. Chude tweeted the one he tweeted. Emeka Ofo got up. You know the problem with evil men is evil men know how to use the law. Chude tweeted what he tweeted. Emeka Ofo got up, clamped him. But Peter Obi is telling me that somebody came and gave you core evidence that your number has been cloned. And you just met him at the Supreme Court steps, had a few words, put up picture on Twitter. I'm sorry, sir. You might have been a nice, sweet boy all along. But your life belongs to 6-point-something million rigged numbers. Because I'm calling these numbers what INEC told us. You're no more just Mr. Peter Obi. You are the president of Nigeria. You are cheated out of that position. You should be a werewolf. You're leading a pack. You're leading a pack of people that are ready to physically bundle Lamidi Apapa out of the Supreme Court. Don't play with us. I keep telling you, we've set so many examples as obedience that even you have to toughen up. Get me that impersonator. Whoever works with Peter Obi that is on this platform, dig this impersonator story down to the end, or use that Audu son as an example. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Let Pantami prove to me what is happening with Peter Obi's line. He's the Minister for Communication. This is a man that is president of Nigeria, that could have been president of Nigeria as at May 29, if not for rigging. And you're telling me that somebody randomly is using Peter Obi's name and making phone calls in Abuja. And it should end with a tweet when Buhari's daughter imprisoned somebody for 10 weeks. You see, when I say what I say, I give evidence. So I will leave that by the way. Dear Nigerians, MidBelt killings, let us never have sympathy fatigue for what is happening in the MidBelt. The MidBelt is the buffer while we are not being overrun by ISIS. Every time they murder somebody in the MidBelt, I pray, I scream, and I shout. Because I am Igbo. What started IPOB? It was Fulani headsmen. After Operation, when they were encroaching into Igbo farmlands and killing women, that was what gave the sympathy for IPOB. IPOB would have just been some regular guys that gyrate, and they'll do their October, and they'll do their Biafra memorial, and this memorial. They were a regular set of guys till Operation Python dance. But what was the major thing that made IPOB arm themselves and made Nnamdi Kanu a freedom fighter? It was Fulani herdsmen. I'm sorry. I'm not the guy that will come here and speak facts. Facts are stubborn things. Facts don't give a shit about how you feel. So when facts speak, facts wouldn't speak and tell you, I'm sorry, but, always trying to pat your ego. Northern Nigeria is going to hell in a handbasket, and they better wake up and do something about it. And yes, you're going to hear that from an Igbo man, whether you like it or not. Today I posted something. This imbecile was popping. He's supporting bad governance, but terrorists still picked up his brother in the train kidnap, and he came on Twitter to beg. Today he was talking nonsense. I found out another damning evidence. In northern Nigeria, as I speak to you, as of last year, Ganduje made a submission. Look, due to institutionalized pedophilia and forced marriages in northern Nigeria, 12 to 20,000 women get VVF yearly, with 90% of these women being untreatable vaginal fistula. We don't talk about some things going on in northern Nigeria because these bandits will not even allow us hear word. A state in northern Nigeria has not registered any student for WAEC. So why am I saying all of this? The MidBelt is the buffer why Nigeria has not been overrun. Google will show you that a terrorist attack by headsmen happened in Akwa Ibom. Google will show you that Fulani headsmen have attacked on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway 3 times in the last 6 months. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, here. Oh. We know how many times that there have been multiple Boko Haram warnings about Eco Hotel events. Lagos will patch, Lagos will lie, Lagos will not tell the people, Lagos will do all that, all the 419 they do. We know the real reason why Lagos banned Okada. We know the population, the tribe that mostly drives Okada. And we know the warnings that were going around in Lagos State about those people. The Lagos State banned Okada in 2020. So I don't let anybody gaslight you. Because when it's time for election, they will pander to these same terrorists. This same terror, they'll pander to them. I've warned us in this country. Dear Southwest, get up and violently, I love every so speak against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will die in power and leave Kashim Shettima as president. Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains Kashim Shettima's placeholder. I don't give a damn how you lie to yourself. Kashim, all you did was run an election for Boko Haram and for Kashim Shettima. Kashim Shettima is the presidential candidate of APC. Deceive yourself. He knows why he's quiet somewhere. Kashim Shettima, quote me, is the presidential candidate of APC. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was who they scammed to use his money to run for it. He knows Tinubu can never be anywhere with Shettima if Gbajabiamila is not there before they'll push him down one step by mistake. The middle belt is the buffer for why we are here. And that's why they are feeling it the hardest. Nigerians, let's not have sympathy fatigue for the middle belts. Please speak up. Please scream. As I speak to you now, let me show you breaking news. Breaking news on Punch newspaper. Just now. Massacre again. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me just switch my tablet. Breaking news. 16th May 2023. Gunmen kill 29 in Plateau Village. Gunmen kill 29 in Plateau Village. That's the... How can you just kill 29? Look, let me tell you people, let us just legalize guns in northern Nigeria. Let's just legalize guns in Nigeria. Because even in American shootings, American shooters know they just get up, shoot 29 fucking people. So why don't we just legalize guns in this country? Because at least I doubt that terrorists will come into a village and shoot 29 fuckers that have guns as well, and they will shoot back. This is a state-backed killing. It is a state-backed killing. It is a state-backed killing. This killing is supported from the presidency all the way down. It is supported from Buhari all the way down. You people know me for this place. I don't like Buhari from day one, and I have my figures, I have my facts. Buhari said any attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the north. Buhari has been sympathetic to Boko Haram. When Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was fighting Boko Haram, Buhari was part of the people that fought Jonathan in the media, talked all the shit he talked. Buhari said that the baboons and the dogs will be soaked in blood if he was not allowed to win election in this country. And 80,000 pieces of property and almost 1,000 people were killed. 80,000 pieces of property were burnt in this country. Buhari knows. And then Tinubu will get up and make El Rufai the governor of one of the most useless governors, a governor so useless. Let me remind you people that there are 36 state governors in this country. For all the states, it is only El Rufai's children that are online constituting a nuisance. I repeat, there are 36 states in this country. Each state governor should have at least 3 children. If some state governors have 2 children, it is only El Rufai. It is only El Rufai's children. From giraffe neck El Rufai to batshit crazy El Rufai, it is only his children that are online constituting a nuisance. Only 2 of them. There's one of them, if he drinks water, by the time water travels from his neck to his small intestine, it should take at least 2 weeks. He should have better things to bother about himself, like where would a giraffe wear a bow tie? Those are important questions to him than all the nonsense he comes online to speak. Wike has children. Seyi Makinde showed a video of his grown adult children. All of them have children. There's a young lady called Kiki Oshibanjo's daughter that we all know. None of them are online spewing bigotry and constituting a nuisance like long neck El Rufai and crackhead El Rufai, his 2 sons. What have we done to this goddamn family, for God's sake? If they're not killing in Kaduna, they're killing in here. And this is something that Tinubu is saying he wants to put into the security architecture of this country. Look, when we are tired, when we are tired, we will do something. Even the middle belts. As much as I'm in Lagos, dear Benue, Plateau people, I dey Lagos, so the highest I can do for you is sympathy. The highest I can do for you is prayer. The highest I can do for you is come on space and shout. I cannot carry gun and go to Benue and go and protect anybody's village. I don't even have the time. When Boko Haram comes to Lagos, I would then think of how to handle Boko Haram in a Lagos style. So I repeat, the whole nation can have sympathy for you all we care. But the onus rests on you people to either arrange your own end banditry version of SARS or something. But you got to think of something because Saddam is in his Europe Saddam can feel all the empathy he wants for the Middle Belt. Saddam cannot do Zobu Zobu from Europe and go to Plateau and go and be security guard in one village. And Madam Bolale cannot live at UK. I cannot live where I am. So dear Middle Belt, either you people will get up and go and sit in front of El Rufai's house. Sit there. Sit there. Sit there. Sit. You don't want to fucking walk. Go and sit there. Sit at the gate of the governor's lodge. Sit there. Let them carry tractor. Let me know if El Rufai will use helicopter and leave the compound. By the time one whole village goes to the front of the government lodge, don't make noise, don't shout. Just carry your poster, go there and lie down. Because what's the use? What's the difference? And this is just my own idea. What can you do? Go and sit there. By the time CNN comes and meet you people, why are you people in front of that? You bring all the Google facts, all the killings that have happened in Kaduna since El Rufai became governor. No, the world will interview you people at El Rufai's doorstep. Go and mount it there. People don't have guns. Think. That's what we did in Lagos. We went to the toll gates. Lagos State ran that toll gate camp for 10 years. It took Nigerian youth 12 days to shut down the toll gate. If they burn Lagos State well, when they go start that toll gate again? If they burn them well. NSAS was 3 years ago. They've not started that toll gate again. If they burn Lagos State well, it took us 12 days to end that toll gate scam. So what are we doing here in Middle Belt? Something pragmatic has to give. Something pragmatic has to give. You have been disarmed, and this is state-backed terrorism. What? Okay, you're staying in your village. Baba, Khalifa will go and camp in front of your governor's lodge and stay there. We don't have any work in that state again while sitting ducks. By the time people go and camp in front of Plateau governor's lodge, pursue him. By the time people go and camp there, he will do something. No worry, we're not going back to our village. What's it of going to a village that the headsmen will come pursue you and collect your village? No need. The government lodge is now our new village. By the time people bring out firewood and cook jollof rice there and share it in front of the governor, you know people are not living. We were there for 12 days in Lagos. Buhari tired, say soldier, they shoot us. Make we come up from that place. Go and do it. But by the time they shot us at Lekki toll gate, they did not use that toll gate again. So you people got to think of something, but this constant wah, 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 and these sympathetic videos, the world does not give a flaming fuck. I will always speak passionately, vehemently, and loudly about the killings in the Middle Belt. But I repeat, I am in my house. You are where it's happening. Think of something. Me, Dan Namdi, N6, I'm in my house, and I could think of, gather yourself and go and sit in front of the government lodge. You're there now. Think of something. Think of something else. Think of something else. Something has to give. Let me blow your mind. Another breaking news. Apparently, Tinubu, Akpabio, and others are unveiling a book on El Rufai's 8 years in Kaduna. So I want to ask, what will be in El Rufai's book about his tenure in Kaduna? What did he do? People were murdered, people were killed, ethnic genocide happened, religious strife. What did El Rufai do in Kaduna that El Rufai is writing a novel on his 8-year tenure in Kaduna? What fantastic indices will be in El Rufai's goddamn publication? What the fuck will El Rufai write? What? The last news that came out about it was that he got one of his wives pregnant and she gave birth. What did El Rufai do? What did El Rufai do in Kaduna? Card Fest at the Card Expo. What was that?
El Rufai started Muslim together.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Apart from religious nonsense, bigotry, and what did he do in Kaduna? He's writing novel of his 8 years in service. El Rufai. Let him write that book. I want to read what he's writing there, because maybe El Rufai will write in the book how he left Nigeria and went to all the enclaves of Fulani terrorists and had meetings with them and were giving them money so that they wouldn't attack Kaduna. It is on public record that he said things like that. I hope he will write it in his book. The truth. This tribunal, I promised Lamidia Papa Woto Woto. And Woto Woto, he received. I forever remain my stand. Obedience did not beat Lamidi Papa. He came to the Supreme Court, constituted a nuisance, and was bundled out by the police. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. If you watch all the pictures, all the videos, he was not bundled out by anybody in Mufti. He was bundled out by the police. One thing that made me laugh about, he asked him, he said, "Are you going back there?" He said, "I will go and consult with my people before I will go. Then I'll tell you whether I'll go back for the next tribunal hearing." Lamidi Papa, I suggest you consult with Ifa, because whoever you have been consulting that advised you to go and collect this level of embarrassment, they've been giving you bad advice. Go back to the herbalist that you are and consult with the gods, so that they'll tell you that this nonsense you are putting your hand in as an old man is what will kill you. Just go back and tell them in that your cult meeting that, you see this one, I know if you run am. I know if you run am. Look at the way they bundled you, a full-grown Papa Lolo, out of a court premises, bundled like a common thief. That video will be on Google. Look, let me tell you, Lamidi Papa, your children that have not met their wives, let's say your children are not married, your child is not married, your child has not met the wife they will marry, your child will meet a wife and have a child. Guess what? That video will never leave Google. Any day your child, any day they do you your birthday, 80th birthday, grandpa, happy birthday to grandpa. That's your 11-year, any teenage child you have in that family will Google your name, Lamidi Papa, my grandfather. When they YouTube you, they'll see where they were bundling you out of Supreme Court. You are an idiot. Please, come again. Come again. I heard that the next one you are coming with, you are going to meet MC Oluomo. You are planning to come with touts and thugs. We told Abuja people that this is what will happen. So please, I beg you, come with the touts and the thugs. Come. There's something I want to check. Say you people, your touts will come with gun and knife inside Supreme Court building, bah? Inside Supreme Court building where there are police, Abi? Or maybe they'll wait outside for obedience outside. I want to know how you're planning. You know you're now running mad, Mr. Lamidi Papa. You are running mad. I beg you, come for the next proceeding. Tell that man in France that sent you that see what in your eyes see, just this last one. Then come again. Come again. Then come on cap for your head. You're not ashamed. An old man of your age, they remove cap for your head in the Supreme Court. They remove the cap from your head with your level of gray beard. They remove the cap from your head in the Supreme Court. Truly, modern medicine has put mankind into problems. Because due to modern medicine, Darwinian theory is no more happening. Stupid people are no more dying young. So we're having old idiots all over the place. Because back in the day, before modern medicine, due to the Darwinian theory, stupid people were dying at a proper rate. People like Lamidi Papa, stupid people, they would have died a long time ago, which doing to some foolishness. But medical science means that they can be around much longer. So our generation has to suffer a lot of wicked, old, clueless, daft people. It's sad. I repeat, Peter Obi won this election by a landslide. The Americans have never seen an election where 6 polls were done. A man won all 6 polls but came third in the general election. You want wine numbers. You want wine data. You want wine statistics. Peter Obi won this election. Do you people know that PDP was in court? Did you hear any drama in PDP? Person will come second. Have you heard any Lamidi Papa says somebody tried to take over PDP? Have you heard anything in PDP? Are they fighting anybody in PDP? When last did Lagos State, what's that bigot in Lagos State? When last did Keyamo tweet on PDP? When last? But they tell you that Peter Obi came third. Wow. Let me remind you guys, we are in court. We have a watertight case. The beauty of our case is that our case proves that Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not even qualify to write WAEC, talk less of his results. We are not even arguing the result. He did not even qualify to write the presidential exam of this country. And in the perjury admittance for the school he wrote in 1999 and the fact that he didn't write the same school in 2023, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has 14 years in prison that he's facing for perjury. So I'm not deceiving myself on the facts. I've reached a point, I told you people, I don't even have my eye on the judiciary again. Because if you tell me that you are a Supreme Court judge and somehow I want to know the technicality. I want to know how you are going to bend the technicality of the fact that Kashim Shettima was holding 2 double nomination letters. INEC is withholding documents from Labour Party. You want us to subpoena INEC? Because INEC is so dumb. It's better you just give us what we're asking for. Because when we subpoena you, I can collect even Mahmoud Yakubu's bank account details. Because once you subpoena INEC, INEC is at our mercy. I don't understand. It just shows that the impunity that happened in this country, these people don't even read the Constitution. APC doesn't even know what they're up against. San Levy said it. INEC is acting as if they're a political party in this, as if INEC is APC 2.0 that was organizing election for us against APC 1.0. Because I don't understand what INEC is. They should not be independent then. An independent body showing favoritism. That is how they will bundle Bola Ahmed Tinubu out of president of this country. That's how they will bundle him out. Go and ask anywhere. All the APC ginger has ended. The fact that the man Nigerians are seeing the same horror movie they saw under Buhari. Many people that supported Tinubu have been speaking to them. If an election happens now, Peter Obi will still beat APC neat. People that supported Tinubu are now saying that he's very sick. It's now no more funny. It's no more funny. It's no more a joke. They are seeing it. They are seeing Guinea passports. They are seeing everything. They're not mad. They're not dumb. They're seeing it. They are seeing PICC line. They are seeing it. You can't even defend the man anymore. It's no more about defending. It's now bigotry. Fuck you guys. Tinubu is a drug dealer. Igbo people, Peter Obi is Igbo. Aren't Igbo people selling drugs? Stupid statements. Somebody was shot in Anambra State. What is Peter Obi saying about the shooting? Then I'll be wondering, is there not a fucking governor in Anambra State? No, is there not a governor in Anambra State? What is Peter Obi's business as a private citizen? So dear Obi, in my rounding up, please get me that impersonator. We need more details. Your line was cloned. Your passport was cloned. You are the president of Nigeria. It's no more funny. MidBelt is the buffer why we cannot sleep at night today. A church was sprayed in our war. If you are doubting that headsmen exist, they are already here. They are here. Even look, if you plant aloe vera in your house, just say one headsman. Just look and say one headsman there inside that flower, so that way we can all live with this reality. There are countries greater than Nigeria that have fallen to terrorism. We are not special. If you want to think we are special, go and Google Syria, Yemen in the 1970s, 1960s, 1990s. They were great countries too. Nigeria is not special by any fucking indices, and let us accept that in humility. Look, the only answer I see to this MidBelt problem is Peter Obi in power and Yusuf Dati as vice president. Buhari will not cure it. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not cure it. Matter of fact, if you saw their bogus ministerial list, they are planning to put Nasir El-Rufai somewhere in charge of security of this country. A man that could not secure his state, whose children are the most disgusting, badly behaved governors' children in the history of this country. I repeat, I don't know any governors' children on Twitter acting a fool. I don't know any. If there are any, point to me. Tell me a governor's child on Twitter that gets up and just types bigotry. APC now is talking about the Senate president. Look at today, Buhari said he needs 21 billion naira to build a clinic, a medical center in Aso Rock. But just two shows ago, I was reading to you how many billions Buhari has spent on the State House clinic in Aso Rock. Yet he still goes overseas to do his teeth, to do a dental checkup. But today, Buhari wants 21 billion naira that he wants to put an organ transplant center in the Aso Rock Medical Center. Hey, Muhammadu Buhari, he don't do. Leave Nigeria's bank account alone. Pity our bank account, I beg. People, I love you all. Dear MidBelt, something has to give. We need a better and more pragmatic approach to this situation. This has been 8 years of ranting, but as I speak to you, 29 more people have been killed in Plateau. So Lagos, I love you all. This is my ending of my submission on violence. Please, God bless you all. I told you to be lengthy because I had all my facts written down. Thank you. Cheers, everyone.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. It's always amazing having you on the platform. And, just sitting down, listening to you speak, there's something that just reels me up when you speak. I'm like, but you see, you cannot fight with emotions because you can't use emotions to fight facts. Facts are very, very stubborn. No matter how much you do not want to hear the truth, when the facts are read to you, you just have to accept it. Facts are very, very stubborn. Thank you very much. One more time for that submission, bro. Hopefully, our people in the Middle Belt will stand up and speak and understand that as it stands right now, it is in their hands. Honestly speaking, we can always come out here and we'll continue to speak out for you guys, continue to be a voice for you guys is important, but also understand that you guys can also and should also begin to find means and ways to stand up to these terrorists that are trying to occupy your lands. I'll just take a few comments. Jimmy, before I come to you, I'll take a few comments. Guys, please, we see all the requests. Everybody on the platform, everybody's going to speak. We're going to try and spend as much as possible time we can spend. But let me take a couple of comments, then I will come back to you guys. If you want to contribute on the platform and you feel you are not, I see the shy ones, you cannot speak, come on the comment section. The comment section
Also,
is...
Madam, if you feel like it's going to be long for you to get the mic, you can always condense your submission into a thread
It's
and in the comments. Yes.
Yeah, honestly speaking, I see the comment section on violence piece or other thing on its own. All right, let me start with Anze says, it is really so sad. My house help from Plateau State said just came to me saying, from Plateau State just came to me saying, Mommy, please, when are you praying for my people? They are killing us. I was so heartbroken and felt so helpless and angry. Westford, please, whose mic? Please let me please mute your mic, please. West for one Nigeria say, I'm wondering how the elites and army are keeping quiet and watching how one man is holding matches and is about to set the whole country on fire, all because of the lifelong ambition. Well-meaning Nigerians are shouting now, if this country scatters because of the elites, if this country scatters because you elites can't say the truth. All right, let me just take 1 or 2, 3 more, 4, 5, 6 comments. And Abuja people, please pull up and go hard on those criminals. Meet them by any means they want it with a picture of the obedient land, air, and sea. And that is from Chinelo Nello Babe. Ruthie says, best place ever. Yes. This is the best place ever. We pride ourselves with that. Thank you for all of you for always contributing on the platform. It's not easy. I go Lamidia Papa, that's your shower cap. You go look for him soon. Guys, go in the comment sections. Okay, I think from here
But
we
you
can
say
go
that
back to
man
Jimmy.
cap, they're supposed to sell him on eBay or something. Who
Who
own
won't
that
buy
cap?
him? Who
Who
won't
own
buy
that?
him?
I mean,
You
who
go
go
buy.
buy out? That
You
true.
won't buy bad luck. You just say your future go talk to native doctor. How you
I mean,
talking?
may go buy Herbalist cap. Imagine.
All right. Sweet 16 says Edda Kumboda Jimmy. Also greet the quiet, consistent listeners with our LP song. So some of us work hard behind the scene. If you know our quiet work rate, you go greet us. Not because we know they talk for spaces. Edda Kumbo. Jimmy, I think you will come up with that very soon. Please, let's guys keep the comment rolling. Okay. The last comment, and I think with this I'll yield the mic to Jimmy. They left Lagos to come meet us on court. We are also meeting them on court. They are going to hear on us. If they do anyhow, they will collect on us. If Apamu abuse Abina Apama is not careful, he will confirm better bass bulls on us. Anyways, we will meet on court tomorrow. If you don't understand this, that stark illiterate that even using Grammarly, when he uses Grammarly to tweet, he will see fumble. That I can be shouting goat. If you see his tweet, he say, let me try and summarize his tweet. So you guys say, arrived in Abuja all for Lamidia Papa. I want to see the Mr. Peter Obi talk that we harass and beat Lamidi Apapa again. Kudus is in Abuja. See you on court tomorrow. So, obedience, see you on court tomorrow. If you get the gist, you get the gist. Let me use the mic right now to my brother Jimmy. Welcome one more time to the Vawulence Fest. You're just joining us. It's going to be an amazing long night with you guys on the platform. Thank you for always supporting us. Please, up on the Jumbotron, I posted links to the killings on the plateau. Please, from the Power Facts, our media wing, you can go up there and you see, you read for yourself firsthand and see what we're talking about on the MidBelt killings. Please share the story, retweet the story for people to understand what we're discussing. All right, Jimmy. If your voice not paying you and your hands are not busy, my brother, you have the mic now. Good evening.
Good evening, my people.
Sorry, my brother Jimmy Saddam. Sorry.
Go
Do you
ahead.
know who this Mustafa Audu boy is? Remember Sugar Belly, the boys that she said raped her as a kid? Do you remember? Were you on Twitter like 10 years,
Yes,
5?
I remember Sugar Belly.
When
He had a
Sugar
long
Belly talked
beard.
about Audu, the sons of the Audu guy
Wait,
that
is
raped that man. It is
Jesus?
this motherfucker. It is him. It is him. Mustafa Abubakar Audu raped me. Sugar Belly Blast Kogi APC this is son. Prince
That's like
Mustafa
20,
Muna
is it
Audu is
2015,
one of the
2016 or
7
when?
guys she claimed raped her back then. I yield. Now who will they snap picture with?
Wow. I don't forget about that story, Seth. If not, because you brought it up now.
That was like around 2015 now. Towards the end of
Yeah.
2015. Remember when he was
About,
because he was during the
yeah.
election year. Oh my
That is. Saddam, I greet you, my brother Altumba Sizu. I mean, honestly, I don't have much to say. Sizu has dealt with this topic so beautifully. Honestly speaking, he don't dismantle the whole. Waiting, I won't talk again. My people. Sizu don't break table. He don't put the table together. I can't break him again. So who wants to sit down on top of that table now? He don't talk everything finish. The truth of the matter is, there's a Yoruba proverb that says, Igi gogoroma gumiloju atoke Latin wo. We're acting as if this thing is middle belt, just okay. Wow. It is getting closer to us now. Otumba said something earlier on. He said, Kwara. We have to nip this thing in the bud. Kwara, by the time it's from not Kwara, from Kwara, they went out Ogbomoso or they don't enter to that. And it will now be, they don't reach our own side. Oh. People you were ignoring at that point in time, they are helpless. They can't help you too. As far as I'm concerned, Middle Belt is a part of Nigeria. So whatever it is going on right now, we are still Nigerians. Honestly speaking, I feel so sad waking up every single day seeing dead bodies all over the place. Dead bodies. These are not mannequins. These are human beings on the ground. The one that broke my heart was the one of a lady being killed and the child was right next to the mother. That picture was heartbroken. Do you know what that is? And that child is crying. Normally, there's a Yoruba saying that said, Abiyamo king tasiri, meaning there is no mother that would hear the voice or the cry of his child that would not make an attempt or go there to see the child. But there's a lady right down there lying in a own pool of blood, and the boy kept crying. Nobody is going to lift that boy up. Do you know that kind of future the boy will have? Nobody has an idea. That boy has seen hell at his young age. That's an infant. Has seen hell. Now, God forbid, imagine that boy is your child. Just for imagination purpose. Just put yourself in that situation. How are you going to feel? That is how I want us to feel right now. Most of us are feeling like that already, which is good. And that's the reason why we come here every single day to talk about this. We won an election and we will reclaim our election back. We'll reclaim our mandate back. We won an election. And you see, the reason why this mandate is paramount, right? It's because to some extent I can understand the reason why some people are more focused on this mandate, because trust me, the moment we claim this mandate back, it's going to solve 90% of the problems going on in Nigeria automatically. As in, do you understand what happened during the election period? The Boko Harams, all of them, they didn't know what was going to happen. They did not know. It was after the election.
God bless you.
They did not see if Obi had been declared the winner. Aye. Some people will just disappear from Nigeria. Some people go they pack their load, then go they
God
beg.
bless you, Jimmy.
They will start so what we are doing right here, we know we are uprooting evil. It is not
And
going.
Jimmy, do you know why? Do you know why they will pack and move? Because they is someone they know that has the political will to fight them.
Say you understand. Say
That
you understand.
this one will kill us.
They
This one.
know. They
So
know
imagine,
it's too late.
Otumba, Jimmy, imagine Peter will be saying all Boko Haram terrorists be absorbed into the Nigerian army. Just think whether that is even possible.
That's
But it
not
has
gonna
happened under Buhari.
that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. And you see, guys, this battle we are fighting is not just a local battle, international battle self. The countries you expect to be on your side, they will not be on your side. You know why? If Nigeria better, the best architect in America, na Nigeria, best doctor, best dentist, na Nigeria, we go back to Nigeria. Do you know the brain drain that will happen in America and UK? They cannot risk it. So I don't blame them for what they are doing. This is what they call diplomacy. Diplomacy. It's good. Let them keep doing that. It
This
is
is
now,
Jimmy's colonization 2.0, but this time
honestly speaking,
it is
on,
now the brain power of the country that have colonized. But go on.
bro, do you know when I tell you we on this space alone, we can run a country. I know my capability, and I've come across people of different calibers on this movement. My brother, we are blessed. Are you seeing what
If you give me
Nigerians are doing
Ministry of
worldwide?
Information, I'll change this country. I'll turn this country around in 4 years.
Are you seeing what Nigerians are doing worldwide? Are you seeing how we are shattering records all over the place? But yet, the worst of us will come and rule the best of us. Why? How? Peter Obi said something recently. He said it would have been better if they had brought Oshibajo. This man is not after himself. He's after good governance because he knows even this one self Oshibajo still better pass this mannequin when I bring come. He knows the implication of this man coming. It will become a narco state. Shizu, I tweeted a video yesterday about a gang shooting. I did that deliberately. That will be a sin in Nigeria as time goes on, because wherever there is drug, money follows. Whenever there is money and drugs, death follows.
My brother, there
Right.
was a gang shooting in Ikoyi, Lagos, when a truck transporting hard drugs was driving. I read that here. Things are
Bro,
happening in this country already. We just don't.
I,
There was a full gang shootout
you
on Awolowo Road.
they make money. They make mad money out of this. And from that, you start seeing territorial fights. You start seeing, they never even, Tinubu never even went and said, they don't do that one before I come out from Nigeria. But now, imagine him being in that position. Right now, Nigeria is on the verge of becoming a narco state. Right? It's on that verge right now, becoming a narco state. Do you know what that is? That means whenever this guy is traveling, there's going to be a diplomatic cargo. And anything that has to do with diplomatic cargo doesn't have to be checked. Now, anything where they inside, in and out. Anything where they inside, in and out, in and out, in and out. That is the level at which drugs will be imported and exported out of Nigeria. When Obi is saying we'll move from consumption to production, This man has a different perspective. Tinubu own now importation of drugs and exportation of whatever it is he wants to export. Are you seeing the lives of
Jimmy,
youth
they don't
in
even need
other
to.
parts of Nigeria?
Jimmy, they don't even need to import again in Nigeria.
Say you
Nigeria
understand?
we will start planting it. We have our ground is very fertile. There's something
Very,
that
very
Nigeria does
fertile.
not grow on Nigeria. Sorry.
Bro, very, very
Opium now, we
fertile.
start planting opium in Nigeria.
Bro, our land is so fertile. Let me tell you, I've lived 10 years in the UK. I've been to Dubai. I've been to Abu Dhabi, South Africa. I've been all over the place. But guess what? Ordinary banana, or get away with the chop for Nigeria. Banana. The best banana I've ever had in my life is in Nigeria. Honestly speaking. Organic banana. The ones where they sell for America here, where they call organic. It go be like say chalk in your mouth if you don't chop and finish. Start everything still in your mouth. We are blessed.
You have to go to Whole Foods. Whole Foods.
Bro. Wait till they call
Otumba is right.
organic.
Whole Foods, banana for Whole Foods, they get that black dot for Whole
Oh
Foods.
my
You go
goodness.
lick banana, you go lick orange for Whole Foods. What now? Only 2 seeds go come out.
Two seed. You said they even see seed. You don't see they come out. And there's no
Oh, that's seedless
Now
orange.
seedless they do now. Now
seedless orange.
GMOs we chop for you now.
Bro, there is nothing like see. Man, I miss my country.
Jimmy, if you talk to, I think the funniest part is when Europeans, like I think I once had a German coworker that came to the US and they start talking about the fruits and they would just like, how is this? How do you sell this in this country? How do you sell this in this country?
Bro.
Our food is gone. We already know. Waiting with the job. God.
Bro, we are blessed in Nigeria. There's a particular place in Ibadan that I buy orange from. You know, our orange is not actually orange in color.
Jimmy, let me ask you a question. Have you been to Benue State before?
Bro, I've been there once. I know they are blessed yams.
Hey,
Yam.
Jimmy, God punish Nigerian leaders. God punish Nigerian. See, Satan kiss Nigerian leaders. Nigerian leaders are the Jimmy. If you go to Benue State, if you're driving from Plateau to Benue State, Jimmy, you go see you will cry for this country,
bro.
we
The
are
kind of
just too blessed where we are.
kind of
It's painful,
blessings in Nigeria. You see, our fruit alone is a blessing if we know how to. The best cashew in the whole world na Nigeria dey. Cashew, the best one na Nigeria. And the cashew nut, when they break it, what they can make out of it. Let me go back to the orange. Our orange for Nigeria, it has, green. It has this greenish part, but that is orange. The orange I know. Here, for you, America, the orange na color orange. The orange na color orange, and if you cut am, no seed dey inside. I don't know where they see 2 seed for na hole. No seed dey inside. Then they write am like seedless. But you see the one for Naija, you get one malam where they did my junction. Hausa guy. I miss that guy. If that guy handle one orange after fast, the guy dey fast. If he handle one orange, he go squeeze one whole orange. Like 20 seed don't enter his mouth. Come they shoot on like bullet. Say this one. Yes. The fun of that is mad. You go sip out, you go squeeze. Person will never chop since morning. Go squeeze orange. Those kind of people, they know they use knife, cut them. They go just put teeth, nyam. Bite them from top, squeeze them. They bullets, they shoot orange seed out. That is the quality of organic fruit we have in Nigeria. We don't have it anymore in America here. If we can import those fruits down here, if you know the market of African foods in America alone, in Chicago alone, brother, I know how much I spend on gari. I know how much I spend on pounded yam. But not be yam, the yam we buy here in America here, not from Nigeria. It comes from Ghana.
Jimmy, that's what I said right now. Even the Gary said
it's Ghanaian now. The
palm oil, Ghana. What the fuck are we doing in that country?
Honestly speaking, and you know what? Their yam is not as good as ours. If you buy the yam, Half of it, you don't spoil. They go use knife, they cut.
No, see me, I'll be the honest one. My wife, we usually buy like 3 or 4 because we use 3 or 4 to make one.
My
We use
goodness.
buy 3 years to make one full
How,
yam.
and guess, before I left Nigeria, I registered my company, Black Seal Limited. I have an export license. To export, my brother, you guys know people. You guys know people. Son, you go son, you go NAFDAC, you go this, you go. And they won't collect money. Money where you want to do business, they don't collect and finish for your hand. But when we have people like Peter Obi come in, this man's telling you a son of nobody will become somebody without knowing anybody. These are the people we are trying to get out of the way. They will not allow. And this thing is not taking, they're not going to give it to us easily. We have to grab it. We are doing it legally now. And the reason why we are doing it legally is because of the person we are following. He trusts in the judicial system. We don't. We know it's dead. I keep saying it. He does. He believes in them. But we are following him. No wahala. Let the judicial system now make it official. Say, yes. We know say don't die, yo, but we don't put stamp on top and bam. Nobody will come to space to ginger anybody to fall outside. Oh. The amount of people mad right now in Nigeria is overwhelming. Oh. It passed all these kudus, all these useless ones when they see all over social media. Oh. People are boiling. People we don't even know say violence space day. People we don't know say Twitter space day. People we don't even know say we they do anything online. We did our work. God bless Mark. God bless everyone that made impact in this movement. We did our work. We raised money. We gave people on grassroots level. People were going outside to meet people. There was a particular night I saw people waking up around 5 o'clock to go to market, early morning market, just to evangelize to people about Peter Obi. I see Jesus, and they were carrying lantern. Places where cars can't even reach.
I will cast her every time. Princess, there's a princess from Rivers.
Bro,
And WhatsApp. She's like she's on some boat somewhere, or she
my
was
good.
in some village somewhere. Always like, and a lot of my WhatsApp status was that way, where you just see obedience just trooping out.
Otumba,
Man.
that was the genesis of our rigging. That was when we started rigging this election. That was how we rigged this election. We did our fucking jobs. We went out there, they told us we didn't have structure. And we went back to the table. What do we need to do to get the structure we need to get this power? And we got it. We went back, we figured it out. We knew we had to go to the grassroots level, and people started doing it on their own. People were dropping their money. People were dropping their bicycles. People were dropping their bikes. Keke. Everybody was dropping something. People were using their money to do stickers. People were fighting all over stickers. People were arguing over stickers. People were disturbing people for stickers. They just want to put at the back of their phones. So what are you telling us where they can take that result to? Or anywhere. Not be just this earth. On the planet Earth. Make them carry and go another world, another planet entirely. We won that election overwhelmingly. I saw a news recently. I'm not sure if it's fake or not. Yakubu, they say we regret announcing the results. Yo, Kaye, that one no concern us. We know say we win. So this one way that your regret put that for your own pocket. Let us follow due process. We are under pressure. We cannot televise. No, Kaye, that one are your own wahala. Bring that result to. Court day tomorrow. You don't give APC their own. Bring that result to. We get our own. Bring your own out. Let us put them for table. Make them see. Guys, go and rest your mind. See that 29? It's just that we've done talking before. It's just someone's date of birth. It has morning, afternoon, and night. It will be a normal day. When they will realize that people are mad in this country, when they realize that people are not happy in this country, is when they will tell Tinubu, say, no be you win the election. No. Ingo come talk, say no go come out. See, me, Jimmy, me, I go hold space to sponsor anybody where they fight. I go hold space. I go hold space to sponsor anybody. Say Supreme Court don't give judgment. Oh, say Tinubu, you are the election
You go
that
hold
brought you
space.
in.
You go hold space. My brother, I go fly down to Nigeria. We go for
Bro,
sure for answer
I
up with.
go
We go for
raise
sure be
money.
the mad.
You go come talk say you no go come out there. I go hold space. I go sponsor people. Because at that point in time, heaven and earth don't speak, say they don't want you. Whatever it is he wants to do now, I'm looking at it in a way that he just wants to get there, recover the money he has spent so far, do some minor things to, raise the money he has spent so far. That is his own wala. As far all these two people they are talking, move on, election is over, ayeyima bajeni. Because when it happened in 2011, it was move on in Adu. It reached 2015, and I still move on. The thing when I not correct for 2011, come worse for 2015. It was for 2015, and I still do move on. It can't enter 2019. It was now worse, and I still they do move on. We don't enter 2023 now, but unfortunately for you all, obedient are now involved. Appeal court go still enter supreme. The very time when this election will end, now when we hear the last judgment from Supreme Court, that is when election 2023 is over. But for now, we have a mandate to recover, and on God we will recover it. All I'm just gonna say to obedient is keep up the good fight. Hold that line strong. Hold that line. Do not shake. Don't let them shake your faith. Hold that line. They are now using the experiment of conformity. They will keep telling you, it's just one state now. It won't make any difference. It's not. No, we won that election. We have proof, overwhelming proof that we won that election. Stand on your ground. We won that election and we will reclaim it. Obi said it. We won the election and we will prove it. We are in court for a reason. We will prove it. I don't want to say much. Sizzle has already spoken and he has said a lot. Thank you, my brothers. Otumba, Saddam, Sizzle, God bless you guys. I've gotten a lot of DMs. People have been complaining about this LP song. So, who don't retweet? Now, yeah, I'm going to call now. If you don't retweet the space, I will call you. If you don't retweet, you're on your own. So, if I don't call your name, so now it's like if you hear your name on Vawulence space, say, they don't call your name. You say go get like 10 followers, 20 followers. You do so on the upgrade. Retweet the space.
I beg, make a shout out to our gubernatorial candidate from Delta State. Ken Pella is here. We see you, sir. You're welcome. Jimmy, you can do the rest, please. Thank you. Big Joe.
All right. So let me just heal our guys, the regular ones, as we always do. We changed the system now. We're not just mentioning names. We need to go with the flow now. So all right, let's go. Okay. Where you mean? Welcome, JP, Oga Michael, Mazi FA, Anka Dede, Mazi Oti, well meaning Nigeria, Auntie Naomi, Omega X, Olidunke, Very White, Ayobami, NC Force, Omalatika, Stole, Anti-Spotlight, Ọmọ Aka, Orupt, D-Jack, Anti-Bolanle, Madonna, Nello, Anti-Ella, Anti-Nina, Honorable Ada, Ayobami, Godson, Uncle Simban, Mr. Justus, Ọdún Tuntun, Incoming Virus, Okogan, Anti-Ag, Peggy, Ragnoricos, Lamidi, Uncle Mayor, Kingdom, Agaweri, Ayobami, Antiela, Uncle Orupt, Ogateke. you guys. I'll do
I
that
love it.
again. Hopefully, I'll do that again. God bless you. Back to you, Amsterdam.
Oh, well, this one boss my head. Hey, you don't sit to that, man. Oh, sounds honorable. That they clap. And next tonight you go find Jimmy boss. Hmm. It don't sweet you. This one don't sweet you. Oh, hey, Jimmy, but you know, Jimmy, he did not call the officiating priests. He didn't call the archbishops. I mean, we don't follow for the LOP.
God bless you.
Prophets are not appreciated in their hometowns, madam. Prophets are not appreciated in their hometowns.
Oh yeah, let's go again. Let's go again. Uncle
eh,
Sadam, Ọ̀túnba, Ẹ̀gbọ́n Sizu, Ọ̀làdàpọ̀, Eze Nnamdi, Mr. Strong, Real Everbest, AK Prince, New Naija, Uncle Sewe, Violent Space, Ọ̀gá Dare, Orox, Auntie Ella, Ohaye Ekena, Uncle Ayobami, Atakas, Prince Ozzy, Auntie Ruki, Margarita, Zilo, Oga PhD, Uncle Tony, Emeka, Uncle Mazi, Dexter, Dr. Jeff, Ikena, LSD Youth, Uncle Olu, Uncle Della. I'm sure Dr. Jeff will be like, what the fuck?
oh, about those people go hate this space, eh? About those children of the roasted rotten corn. The children of the roasted rotten corn. This particular episode, they ego, they choke them for them.
Honestly speaking, that's how we acknowledge ourselves, man. God bless you all.
We are one big family. Maybe depending on as people love bad leadership and bad. Let me tell you one thing again. Children of Nigeria that want Nigeria to work will never suffer. We can never suffer, no matter how we want to be. We will cannot. Nigeria will work for us. But you see, you people that you study the elections and you are all around all the embassies in Nigeria looking for visa. Your man you say you won election, your man won the election. You are looking for visa to run away. That means you believe your man will not work. But you see people that are supporting Peter, we want to come back home and invest. We want to come back home and put our money where our mouth is and help shape Nigeria. We want to develop Nigeria. Because if you think that Nigeria will work by the money that is in Nigeria, you're failed. It's diaspora Nigerians coming back to fix Nigeria that will fix Nigeria. Because your people have APC have borrowed, they have borrowed the soul of Nigeria. Nobody, I am saying it now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a disaster waiting to happen. No diaspora is going to come and invest a kobo in a Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Nigeria, including his own diasporans. That's why they came and vote and ran away.
The problem is he won't even be healthy enough to be a disaster. He's not even healthy enough to be a disaster. So he'll be a calamity.
I'm trying to imagine. No, I'm trying to give him the leverage. Let him give him the leverage that is healthy. Let's give him the leverage that is healthy. Nobody will come and invest in his Nigeria because then now everybody gonna hide in green passport. You want to come and say be drug dealer? Let us open the floor for our people. Let's open the floor for our people. We have spoken for a very long time. Let's allow people to act. Guys, sorry for how long we have kept you guys waiting. I believe you guys. Some people are saying people should not even stop speaking. Let people write on the comment section. But no, I think everybody should talk. Let's allow people contribute. Let people speak. Yes, it is why we open the space. I think
I just have a request. And my request is to the Delta State outgoing governor. The 71 billion supplementary budget that they just gave you, shall do dental surgery. Make that guy do dental. I mean, if you the one where you know the money where you know the carry things, you don't do that. Baba, please, Okoa, go and visit the dentist in the US. We don't say you can get money for this country. Because they just approved. This man has how many days to leave office? They approved 71 billion.
God. Final clearing.
That brace is where go out they refuse to wear they pay you abi. I think only me the vex.
All right, let's take 2 or 3 comments and we'll come to our speakers. Omar Latika say MidBelt massacre are retributions for the vote APC lost. It is open cleansing of the Christian enclaves in quotes, according to El Rufai's phraseology. Hi all, please follow the parallel facts for real news. That's Mary White. Someone said, Jimmy, you don't call my name. Lord said, Jimmy, you don't call my name. I don't need to talk too much. You go dream of Apapa this night. Come on, bro. Come on. You don't want Jimmy to. Man, that's wicked of you, bro. Okay, Mr. Kenna says, N6, area Saddam, the organ transplant facilities for Aeon government people that may need a kidney or two. It will be called the Equere Rock Transplant Center. Okay, guys. The Equere Rock. There's also Rock. Equere Rock Transplant Center. It is crazy the way people are being killed as though they were just chickens, and this government is going about business as usual, like nothing is happening. Again, I ask, what really is the value of a Nigerian's life? Stop the massacre in the Middle Belt. That is for my brother, Dr. Umezie. I see you, my brother. Thank you. Guys, let me jump back to our speakers right now. Let us allow our speakers react to the whole space and our topic for the day. Thank you for sticking with us and staying strong with us on the platform. God bless you all. All right, let me come to you. Azim Namdi, and I'll come to you, Level Best. Level Best, has been Abuja. I think you have some stuff to tell us on what's happening on ground and how they're planning for tomorrow. But I just want to take one or two speakers because Level Best episode is also a monologue. So I think let's rush like 2-3 speakers and I'll come to you, Level Best. All right, Azim Namdi, my brother. If your hands are not too busy, if your mouth is not paining you, please unmute your mic and speak. Or I will come to Oladipo next. Azim Namdi, you have the 64 minutes. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. Good evening, Emir Saddam. Good evening, Maoga. Tumba, my chairman. I want to say very good.
Yes, so you are the vice chairman of APC
No,
now.
I'm the
Yes. Good
secretary,
evening.
sir. Secretary.
Secretary,
Yes,
sorry, secretary.
secretary. So I did a lot of work while you were away with our principal in London. So I had to.
Wait, which of the principal? Because
Okay.
we are chairman APC, but our interest is LP.
Well, good evening, everybody. Maoga Sizu, good evening, sir. I want to welcome everybody to this space. I'm pleased to Maoga Jimmy. This is Church of Violence. If you look at the name, you see that church came first before the violence aspect of it. We have to be very careful so that it will not be like the story that I told you people in church, where a man of God came and called everybody's name that will make heaven, and my name was not there. The feeling we have now in this our church, most times if your name is not there, it will be as if your name did not make it to heaven. So I understand the people that say you have not called my name. You need to call my name, because it's important to mention that name so that they will know that their name is in the list.
Honestly, my DM don't fool now. People don't they accuse me, say, you don't mention my name, you don't mention. I'm sorry, guys. I am so sorry. This is how it works. First come, first serve. If you come church early, your names go there on top. So I'm just following the names as una come church. If person carry your chair, sit down.
And the ones who retweet, many of them don't retweet that one.
One's very retweet, so it's not my fault. But I mean, I love doing it. But I mean, we have over how many people here? Over 1,000 people. Do you know how long it's going to take for me to mention the whole 1,000? Even though I know, say 300. I want it budget 300. There be APC, PDP. You want me the equation running? So you can go and you make Kudus go. They call on a name, not before here. So, but for my obedient guys, don't worry. We'll do it more often. I promise I'll do my best to mention people's name. Thank you. God bless you. Back to you now, Namdi.
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother, because the thing they sweet, I'm not gonna lie you. Once I hear my name, my head will just go like this. The thing is really wonderful. Thank you so much for the way you welcome all of us to the church service. Today, I want to stick strictly to the tribunal and the recap. I tried to, when Saddam was speaking, he said that anything we do not talk about as obedience, the thing dies a natural death. So as far as the internet is concerned, when I mean Twitter, I mean Facebook, anything, even TikTok, Anything obedience do not lay their hands on, the thing will not have life. And that is why you see that some people, yes, it's a movement. Some people will come in and then in a bad way, just like the Pampas story and the man constituting nuisance up and down. Because of the man, I have a return ticket from Abuja. I'm currently in Lagos, but I have a return ticket from Abuja to Lagos. So I just wanted to pay and just go for the court case tomorrow. But be that as it may, something came up this morning which I need to attend to tomorrow morning, so I couldn't move. But why I'm here is that I'm here for my brother, Releva Best. I will say some things in code, but I want to tell us that somehow I have followed the petition tribunal of our last court case. And you see that day, I must tell you, Releva Best, our brother who is here, was the hero of that day. And I want to put it in code. I don't want to say some things because of the people we have on space here. But I want to make it clear to us that Releva Best was the hero of that day. And that was the day, in fact, I told myself that even if it is once, I'm just in Lagos here. Let me just get to our court case and come back. It doesn't take some of us who are very tall, they will allow us into the, who have intimidating height, iron our kaftan very well, to clean, we just pass and enter. Especially go very early in the morning around 6 o'clock or 6:30, latest, you are in the court premises. Releva Best really motivated me, and Releva Best played a very key role that I also will not want to mention here. He knows what I'm talking about. And my brother, please, I want to encourage you to keep it up. And please, I want to encourage the entire everybody on this space. Let's try to reduce Saddam and Otumba and Sizzle's work and Jimmy's work on this space. We are all brothers. Somebody like me now, I will not be able to make it to Abuja tomorrow. But at least, even if na my feeding money or my flight money, I go press and enter Releva Best account. At least Releva Best is supposed to be in the best hotels, eating the best food, chilling. Releva Best cannot come here and be begging. He's not a beggar. And he is, if you are in London, you are US, you are in Akwa Ibom, so far you are not in Abuja, he is there to defend our mandate. And he has played a very key and important role in the past sitting. And that is why I'm saying one of us here is representing Vawulence space and representing the obedient movement at the forefront. Some of us will fire from the rear, some will fire from online, some will play defense, but Releva Best is playing attack. And we must do everything humanly possible to support his attack. He can as well be in, I know he usually is, I think in Osun State or somewhere, the very first time we started the movement. So for him to have fully gone to Abuja and is giving us first-hand information, all the videos you see online is parallel facts video or Releva Best video. All the videos you see that even the Mumu APC people are using to do propaganda is parallel fact video or Releva Best video. So please, if you're on this space, you don't need Saddam or Otumba to come and start soliciting for funds for Releva Best. This thing is something we should know. It's a responsibility that we should know. It's our responsibility. If you are not going to be in Abuja, press your feeding money. Assume you're feeding money. Someone like me, if I do one night in Abuja, know how, 20K, 30K, just for food, go. If now your flight money, you don't check and you'll be like, since I'll not make it to Abuja, you go press your flight money. Just go. You don't need somebody to come here and announce, please, we need to support our own, this movement. We need to, you put Emir through stress. These are things that Emir doesn't like to do naturally. Otumba through stress, we are all one. They'll start preaching. Time we'll use and do other things, they'll start and use it to preach. No. Press something into Releva Best. He has an account. Request for his account. Go to his DM. Request for his account. Collect it. Releva Best, at least, we must sponsor him. He is one person who is at the forefront. There is a very important role which he played, which he must continue to play. in that tribunal case, press something, enter, make the guy day all right. Like he is supposed to be okay. It's not a crime for him to be in the best hotel, not 15K, 20K hotel per night, though. The best of the best, chilling and representing us, so that when if he do video go clear. Because if he no chop well, if he do video, guys, he go bad hand, video no go clear. He gets some things, he know, so he needs energy to do most of these things. So please, I am here to solicit for my brother.
Oga, Oga,
And
Oga,
up,
Oga Easy, one second. Let me interject you for a minute. You know,
Jimmy, before I even interject him, I've already posted. People already my DM asking me for 11bet's account. Thank you for saying this, Easy, because me honestly speaking, I get so tired when I come out here and I say this all the time. I just get so draining. Thank you for doing this. Honestly, I know the work the guy he has put in, the sacrifice and everything. But when you come up on spaces, it's always me coming out. It's just like I'm telling you, you people are seeing it. You're seeing it. You understand? But I just get tired myself. I get overwhelmed sometimes. I don't want to talk. I just want to talk. But thank you for saying this, my brother, and all of you reaching out to me in the DMs. God bless you all. His Reverbe's account is up on the Jumbotron right now. I just posted it on Jumbotron. Please, whatever I think you can do for this, our brother, please. He has run away. He don't run.
Don't run. Exactly, don't run.
He don't run because he don't even know how to talk about.
he don't
Yeah,
run. He
because
don't.
yeah, isn't I'm there. I swear, God dropped this thing in your heart because
Honestly,
I'm guilty. You know
speaking.
why? He was me and him spoke. Was it last week? And I was supposed to get back to him on the space, say it on this Tuesday's space, but work, so many things took over. Like, and I know there are also people here that typically reach out to him. God bless you. You people know yourself, but please and please, like he said, whatever it is, it's bringing up for stand information. And then I remember when he even started traveling. I think his first trip was this Nasarawa rally or where it was boss by boss.
Nasarawa. That
Mm-hmm.
guy has gone
All
through
the
a
way
lot
from
for
Otto
this
State.
movie.
And some people say, who send me message? I don't see things that way. He's our representative here, and Violence Space, we're a family. We're not. And believe me, if you know one of the hardest things me and Saddam do is to ask for money. So yeah, people don't know how long it took for us to even.
Bro, let
It,
let
it,
me let,
it's.
let me help you. Let me help
Mhm.
you. Akamba. You see, the thing is, people don't understand when we say real ever best is the one representing on ground. Do you realize that wherever PO is, real ever best have access to that place? That is golden, right? And one thing about him is he doesn't talk up, he doesn't shout about it. There's a particular video. That video was from Real Ever Best, and that video is circulating right now. The video of what happened in the courtroom when this weary man won't sit down for where POD, where they just sit down. Real Ever Best was the one holding his phone to video, and I did not even know it was him, not until he turned the phone to himself. That was when I realized, and I was like, wow, it was this close. He could actually enter the courtroom to do all that. And the interesting thing about this guy is he doesn't spend money anyhow. I'm not meant to be saying this. The last time he went to Abuja, when they postponed the case, Real Babes was actually saying he has to go back to Oshun. I said, why? He said, because hotel money will be more expensive. So it will be cheaper for him to go back. Then he will come back again on Friday. I was like, what the hell? This man is not. Do you know you are endangering your own life? Going back and forth. Don't worry, I will take night bus, night bus. This man doesn't come on space to ask for money. He spoke to me about it. And one thing about me is, October knows, in as much as I'm multitasking, but I'm always busy all the time. If you don't engage me a couple of times to bother me, I won't act. And from your own perspective, you would think maybe I've forgotten or I'm ignoring you. No. Real Everbest is doing a lot of work. And honestly speaking, I do believe I'm owing him a lot. But when people say, they don't get structure, they don't get structure, this is the point they are waiting on us because they know we don't have the collective fund, the amount of money they've stolen. They know we don't have it. But guess what? We have ourselves to gather together to drop money, right, to support ourselves. They don't know we have that strong connection. This is what we have as an obedient. We have this togetherness and we'll be making use of it. The reason why I'm supporting Real Level Best is simply because any money going to him he spend the money. He spends money very, very prudently. Very, very prudently.
And he does something most Nigerians do not like to do. If you ask him how you spend
He
your
go tell
money,
you.
my brother will never. He will tell
He
you
go tell
like
you.
Nigerians. If you ask
Honestly,
Nigerians generally
he
that
go
question,
tell you.
they'll be like, are you saying?
Otuba,
Papa, I'm not asking you to say you are
you know the
wasting money.
their
I'm just curious. Like,
he
oh,
go call they tell you the ones where you
so
not even supposed to tell you, sef. You go, I say,
I just
hey brother,
laugh.
you don't do. I beg. No, I don't want here. I beg. You don't do. Don't worry. I know say you don't spend. He will break it to the least. He go tell you say buy pure water, and they tell them say they give you go make they reduce pure water. I said this. No worry. You don't do. So man, guys, it's all love from my side. I would any day, anytime. I will drop my funds to support Real Level Best because it's not just doing it for doing its sake. He's going inside the courtroom with them. He's right next to them in the courtroom. He's taking pictures. He's giving you first class information. My soldier don't reach here now. Let me attend to him. Are you back now, guys?
Eze can go on, please.
Okay, so thank you very much, Jimmy, for that. So please, it is nobody.